This is Drop In, Drop Out, the weekly podcast where a mix of 7 gamers come together for an open and engaging conversation all about video games. Tonight, we're bringing back our battle episode, but instead of doing a franchise battle, tonight is an RPG battle. We're going to be debating exactly what is the best RPG ever made. I'm your host, Patrick, and dropping in this week, my sweet, sweet boy, Cognitive Clips, aka Jordan. Jordan, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, bud?
I could be more intoxicated. But
Couldn't
we'll
we
get
all?
there.
If you're of age.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, if you're of age. Yeah, sure. Producing this week's episode, my homie Jake Twitch. And Jake, how you doing?
I'm doing so well. Good to be here on the big screen. They got the big box for me for the video.
Yeah, we figured we
Jake in the
should
big box
treat Jake with a little bit more respect. Let's give him a full box instead of a little circle. But
They
at any
always
point,
say, full box enjoyer, Jake
Yeah.
Twitching.
that's exactly right. Also joining us, my favorite member of Dido, Kayla. How you doing?
Oh, how generous of you. I'm doing swell. Doing swell.
Hell yeah.
Happy to be here.
And then finally, my gargantuan warwantuan taco, DWT Maury. How you doing, Maury?
Dude, I'm great. I love that we're inventing words now for the W because it's so hard.
Yeah.
The other night on
yeah.
Spotlight, Jake looked me dead in my face within the first 3 minutes of the show, and he's like, my gigantic waifu thighs, and I was like, wow,
Yeah.
That's
that
something.
it's something special.
Yeah.
That's special.
See, if I had said my gargantuan waifu taco, that would have been very different.
No,
That would
fuck
have
that.
been
Fuck that.
very, very different. This is Drop In, Drop Out. Each week we come together right here on twitch.tv/drop in, drop out pod to just goof off. We're here to talk
Mhm.
about video games. But if you like what we do here, we got a whole bunch of other stuff. On Mondays, we got Clickerbait, which is a Last of Us TV show podcast. On Tuesdays, we got the Spotlight Games podcast, which is a weekly news show where we talk about the latest and the greatest in the world of video games. And then sprinkled throughout the week, we got JT streams. We got Cognitive Clips video essays when he gets off his ass. We got Dumpster Dive streams.
Okay.
We got a bunch of shit around here at Drop In Drop Out. So if you go to dropindropoutpod.com, join the Discord, you're going to stay in the loop of all the goings on here at La Dido. But tonight, oh my goodness, tonight we have already some gifties going on.
Gifty!
Jake, what's going on in the chat right now?
Oh my God, we're going crazy. High score weekly with 5 gifted subs.
Whoa.
A resub from Sierra Shard. It's all happening here. I see Heroic Headgear is coming through with a little gifty. It's all happening.
Wow. We love
Love
to
it.
see it.
Thank you, folks.
Love our friends. We love our friends.
We love the hype train. We love the support. But
Well,
yeah,
hype
go-
score weekly. Am I right?
You're not wrong. You are not wrong there. But yeah, join the Discord. Where, as you are going to hear in tonight's episode, we like to bring in thoughts from the Discord for each episode we're doing. So once we get in to start battling, I'll explain the rules, all those things. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, thine Jake Twitchin, we're going to start off with some warm ups. Is that true?
I've got a rough 5 icebreakers, some a little longer than others, but I wanted to make sure that you guys are nice and loosened up for your RPG battle. So here's what I did. I created a few games to play. What do you say we take a peek at them? I want to know what the best-selling RPG franchises of all time are. Now, I'm having you guys guess the top 10, but I included numbers 11 through 20 just to, once we reveal the 10, I'll help you guys get there if you need a little help. We'll
Sure.
go through. I don't want you to guess all 20. We got a lot of quizzes to get through right now. But I just wanted to throw it to everybody and see if you guys could pull together what the top selling franchises are.
How do we want to do? We want to just like go around the horn, Jake?
I think so. Let's start with Patrick and we can head down the list in visual representation here to see how many we can knock out right off the jump.
I mean, I feel Final Fantasy's got to be up there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Final
Absolutely.
Fantasy is up there, the second best selling RPG franchise at 200 million
Wow.
copies units sold. You know,
If only we
one
had
above it.
the
Good pull.
Family Feud, like ding.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Dragon
you go.
Quest. Show me Dragon Quest.
Show me Dragon Quest. You are
I don't know
in
about
number
that.
5, 93 million units
okay.
sold in Dragon Quest. Next up.
Yeah. Show me Elder Scrolls.
Ooh, very good. Number 8, 58
Hey!
million units
We on the board.
sold. You guys are on a roll. Can we get 4 in a row?
Oh, it's getting challenging. Oh, now it feels like there's a layup, but I don't know if it's as much of a layup as I think it is. Look, Elden Ring has like 35 million sold. If the Elder Scrolls is at 8 at 58, I'm not gonna see it. So
Now, I mean, it could be 11 to 20.
yeah, but does that still count as us going 4 in a row, Jake?
Is your guess Elder Scrolls, Souls games?
I've sold if it's
Elden,
Souls.
Elden Ring?
I was about to say, is it Souls games or is it Elden Ring? That's a radically different question.
Sure.
It's the
There is
He
a
did say franchises.
Soulsborne genre somewhere. Do you
Soulsborne,
think
they-
that it is in the top?
Then give me Soulsborne. It most definitely is in the top 10.
Soulsborne number 4, 96 million. You guys went 4 for 4.
Oh.
Very good, very good. Patrick?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I agree with High School Weekly in the chat. I think Pokemon's going to be number 1.
Pokemon is number 1, the best-selling IP of all time.
Whoa.
480 million.
God,
You guys know
480
that
million.
statistic, right? Like not even when it's talking about RPGs or games, you know that just like the most successful dollar amount sold of IPs of any creation is Pokemon.
Fucking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and you still haven't beat Pokemon. Maybe. God,
That's
damn.
That's
sick.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It's massive,
More than double the second one. Wow.
Okay.
truly
I'm
massive.
trying to think for myself instead of Patrick just cheating off the chat here.
If I could come to the camera right now and beat the shit out of you.
Please.
You have room for error here, to be honest.
I don't think it's gonna be top 10, but I think it's probably on the list somewhere. Give me Dragon Age.
Good
Dragon
answer.
Age
Good
is
answer.
Not on the list.
Oh.
Not on the
Yeah,
list.
where's the
There
fucking-
is another dragon somewhere. Dragon D's. No, I'm just kidding. There is.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, let's see. Give me Persona?
Persona's a good answer.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's good.
very, very interesting. So I'm gonna give you 2 things. Now these
Okay.
are worldwide statistics. Okay, so Persona is here as I believe the 17th best-selling franchise.
Okay.
But in addition to that, the Megami Tensei
Wow.
franchise is number 10. Big
From which
deal
Persona's
out
son.
there in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
We'll take
Noted.
it. We'll count it. We're gonna count it.
I
Really?
specifically said Jordan about to say Metroid. I was not,
Okay.
but it's not my turn anyway. Sorry.
I'm thinking, and I'm between like 2 places. I don't know that the first 2 games in this trilogy would have sold well enough to crack this list, but like the 3rd
Mhm.
game was such a breakout hit that I kind of wonder, is Baldur's Gate anywhere on here?
Oh, good guess.
Mm.
No, it is not. When you said that about the
Wow.
3rd entry, I thought you were about to get one in the top 10, but not the case.
Is
Wow.
is what you were just alluding to The Witcher, Jake?
The Witcher is indeed what I was alluding to. Yes, that's number 7 with
Wow.
65 million units sold.
See, and I'm so bitter
Wow.
because I was between The Witcher and then whatever the hell I just said, and I was like, no,
Mhm.
I'm sure Baldur's Gate 3 sold a shit ton of copies, and I'm a moron. Patrick, thank you for
Right.
fixing.
For
Thank you for fixing it.
For our audio listeners, we are at number 1 is Pokemon, number 2 is Final Fantasy, number 3 Unrevealed, number 4 Soulsborne, number 5 Dragon Quest, 6 Unrevealed, 7 The Witcher, 8 Elder Scrolls, 9 Not Revealed, and 10 is Megami Tensei.
Where is
3 more we're looking for. Would you like a hint?
I would not yet. This is one of the ones where, again, kind of like what Maury was saying, like, I'm not sure if, like, I know that obviously it has popularity because it's still an ongoing series, but not sure if it has the numbers. Fire Emblem, is that on here somewhere?
Mm.
Fire Emblem is on here, not where you would think. Fire Emblem is down there at
Oh.
number 18
That feels
or
right.
18. Yeah,
Yeah.
not bad.
Give
Not a strikeout.
me.
Not a strikeout. hmm
Give me Mass Effect.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
Mass Effect
In the
is a
spirit of
very
Jericho.
good, and it is our number 20
Wow,
entry. It made the
20.
cut. It made the cut.
Whoa. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I mean, it's been a while. It's been
Yep.
a while.
Yeah,
There's only
for sure.
There's
It's
only
been a
three
while. Sorry, I've not even had a drink of me yet.
Don't apologize.
I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna say, like the Elder Scrolls is like at 8, so I feel like Fallout has to be somewhere on the list. Am
I was
off?
thinking Fallout was going to be
Fallout,
like,
you just
Oh.
missed. Fallout is number 11.
Wow.
Number
Okay.
11.
I can live with that. I can live with that.
So this one might be controversial,
Ooh.
Oh,
Sure.
but
ready.
in my research for this episode, this game is considered to be an RPG. So I wonder if, because of the weight that this game carries, if it's going to count. Stardew Valley.
Very interesting. I don't have it here on the list
Okay.
that I compiled.
Okay.
And I don't know where
I think
it
it counts.
would land.
Respectfully.
I do have another guess that I will wait.
I do
until
have
next time.
one. Sure. I do have another one on this list, in the top 10 that I would say is kind of one of those. Oh yeah, that's definitely an RPG. Like,
Okay.
but maybe at the first thought you might think it's a different genre.
So
Jesus.
Patrick, was that your guess then? Is it me, or are you gonna pick another one?
I won't take a second guess unless you really want me to.
I don't.
Okay.
I didn't care either way.
Sure.
I'm wondering if the Tales of series is on here somewhere.
Maybe that 19
Very
slot.
good guess. As it turns out, the Tales series is,
Okay.
I think, in that 15 slot, 16. I should just put numbers in the back, but I wanted to differentiate the ones that
Sure.
you guys are actually guessing.
Sure.
All right, let me give you guys some hints here on these top 10 that are missing.
Okay.
Yes,
Alright.
please. I'm
Is
stuck.
one Disney?
Okay.
Ooh. Kingdom Hearts not
I
on
was
You're
thinking
here.
missing
Kingdom Hearts,
a game series that had a very high profile release this year.
Had a very
You're missing a
profile
game
release this
series
year?
that has
Oh,
a high profile release in the future this year, and we are missing a very old
Yeah, Warcraft.
game series that hasn't had a release in a long time but was massively popular.
I know the one from this year. I think that's already released,
Go ahead.
but it's not. It's not my turn. It's not my turn.
Okay.
Whose turn is it? Oh, is it mine?
Yours.
Yeah.
Is it World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
It is not World of Warcraft.
Oh, is that
Whoa.
RPG technically?
Yeah,
I don't know.
for sure.
MMORPG. Yeah.
It's
Right?
tough
Okay.
because this is RPG franchises, and I think only World of Warcraft counts as copies sold, and
Oh, I
they're
see.
subscription based and expansions. And I think it gets a little
yeah.
weird because a regular Warcraft is a real time strategy game, so not on there.
Okay,
Fair,
okay,
fair, fair.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where you start to lose
Alright.
me is the technicalities. I'm not a knower.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try my best.
No worries. Maury, we're gonna throw it to you, and then we'll let
Oh.
anybody take their shots.
Okay.
Or you know it.
I do.
You
And
know it.
I'm just doubling down with a couple quick questions. Numero uno. Numero uno. It came out already this year.
It came out already this year.
Numero dos. It's on somebody's fantasy critic. More specifically, it's on Jerica's fantasy critic.
I don't know.
They're big monsters in this game.
I was literally.
are.
I was about to say
Oh.
Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, it's got to be Monster Hunter Wilds.
Monster
Yeah.
Hunter is
Monster
number
Hunter.
3, 116 million.
Okay.
Insane.
Jesus.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
throw this
true.
to you guys. Number 6 is
Yakuza.
a game that you might not think of as an RPG right off the jump. Any ideas?
Game
Shout it
you
if
might
you know
not
it.
Think of as an RPG off the jump.
High profile release coming this year.
One of my next guesses was going to be Fable,
Mafia?
but
No.
No, neither of those. I'll give you a hint. There was a state of play on it recently.
Oh, Borderlands.
Fucking Borderlands is number
What?
6. 72
Oh.
million copies sold. Borderlands
interesting.
1 and 2 were massive games.
I in
All right,
my
the
brain,
last
I
one-
don't think of that as an RPG, but that's on me.
No, I'm the same.
Where
Yeah.
where is Yakuza on this list?
That's a very good question. It is just above Tales here at number 15.
Got it.
Is Star
Um,
Wars on here somewhere?
I was wondering if
It's
Star Wars.
not, but there is a like an interesting kind of franchise on here. Dragon Ball RPGs are number 12.
Oh,
Like Kakarot and the Booze Fury and all of the random games that have come out over the years. I've put up some numbers.
Maury's about to be in a booze fury tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, now.
Did Cyberpunk sell enough copies to make it in the top 20?
It did not. It did not. So let me help you guys on the last ones that we have.
Okay.
So the last one for number 9, you were close on Warcraft. This was a game
StarCraft?
that's an MMO, but it doesn't have a subscription. If you guys remember this, it is a late 90s, early 2000s RPG.
RuneScape?
No,
Fantasy Star.
it's hard. It's tough. No,
Man.
no. I'm gonna take a peek at chat. Chat, go ahead. You guys
I
any
wasn't-
ideas
I
here?
wasn't alive, so
Oh,
I see
is it
Diablo in the
Diablo?
chat.
No, Diablo. I think that's like an action. Maybe I don't know if that would count. It's not on here anywhere. I'm gonna give it to you. It's Lineage and Lineage 2.
Never
Which were
would've gotten
really
there.
big
You made that.
in a lot of Asian territories. I played Lineage a lot when I was a kid. I loved the idea of an MMO that didn't cost that much. All right, we'll knock out these. I see somebody in chat got the Super Robot Tizen or Super Robot Wars, which isn't big here but is massive elsewhere. Is in that 19
Okay.
spot. And then there are 2 more left. Can you guess? One of them is my favorite franchise of all time.
Venus
Xenoblade
Vacation.
Chronicles.
No,
Well, we already said Final
Oh,
Fantasy,
good.
and is Sonic? The Sonic doesn't have an RPG.
no. High Score Weekly in the chat.
Oh,
Kingdom Hearts.
I see. Earlier when
we
yeah,
did
sure.
mention
I didn't officially guess Kingdom Hearts, even though it was mentioned.
yeah.
yes.
Yep. The last one is kind of like Dragon Ball. It is a series of RPGs that are in a established franchise. You're very close with Sonic.
Mario.
Very good. Mario.
Yeah.
Mario RPGs. So you have Mario and Luigi, Mario RPG, Paper Mario. There's a lot of
Okay.
those fuckers.
How about
Very
that?
good.
Minds.
Very good. Excellent work, everybody.
We did it.
We're going to move on to the next game. Now, what I did for these games is I used my best research to figure out the top games for our cast, the top RPGs for our cast. So I started out by doing a little bit of independent research from what I knew about you guys, and I went back to some old like podcasts or video essays or
Oh.
streams and saw what I could pull to learn here. So let's start with COG's
Wow.
top 10 RPGs.
Whoa.
This is
Okay.
amazing, Jake.
Oh.
This
How
is
are we
really
doing?
cool, man.
We went there. I went there.
So
How are we
is it
doing?
like
Alright.
the 3 of them guessing, or am I guessing as well?
Let's just go. Let's COG. Why don't you? Well, that's a good question. How do I handle this? Let's go from the bottom up. Maury, can you guess a COG's top 10 RPG?
Yeah, it's a franchise. Is it a franchise or a specific title?
No, a specific title.
Okay, I'm gonna say Fire Emblem Awakening.
Ooh, not on the list. No,
Okay.
not on the list. Kayla.
Sea of Stars.
Sea of
Yeah.
Stars is on the list at number
Wow.
3.
Oh, number 3.
Great
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes,
I'm going
yes,
to
yes.
officially get. I mean, it's very new. It's very recent. But if
Mhm.
Expedition 33 isn't on this list, it's a fake ass list.
Expedition 33 is like a preliminary entry because I assume it's going to be a very big deal for our cognitive clips at number 4.
Whoa. This is so
Now-
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really doing it. Let me just throw it out to everybody now instead of going there. Can you guess another game on COG's list?
Again, am I guessing too or no?
Yeah, COG, go ahead.
I'll throw. I'm sure Final Fantasy 16 is on there somewhere.
Oh, it's
If you're
not.
basing it off of
It's
my
not.
content. Okay.
Okay.
What
So
else
this
you
is
got, Cog? What other
knowing-
games you thinking? Because I mean, no one knows you better than you,
Right.
And Jake Twitchin.
True.
Because I'm trying to think of like he said it's based off of old episodes as well as like possibly some of my
Sure.
own content on my
Yeah,
channel.
or like stuff that you bring up on the podcast. You know what I mean?
Citizen Sleeper,
yeah, okay,
perhaps.
okay.
Oh.
Oh
No.
wow.
No.
It makes me wonder what's on this list.
Oh, what's the name? What's the name of that game? It's like I'm just gonna give you like a little bit of a hint. It's kind of like Chrono Trigger, but it came out like a year or two ago.
See if
It's like Sea of Stars. Yes, Sea of Stars is number 1.
how Are you serious?
And then what's that game? What's that French RPG that everyone's been playing lately?
Oh,
Oh my God.
Expedition 33, that's right. And then number 5, Sea of Stars. Number 6, Expedition 33. Number 7, Sea of Stars. Number 8, Expedition 33. Number 9, Sea of Stars. And number 10,
Wow.
Expedition 33.
Fucking
Bro,
got him.
I have to say
That-
this. Jake is such an asshole because I sat here and I was so like I felt gratitude and honored that he went and like sifted through all our shit. He didn't do shit. He didn't do a fucking thing.
We know this
Let's all
man.
shut the fuck up.
Oh. Oh no.
That was
Blueprints.
fantastic.
Top 10
Blueprints.
RPGs. Blueprints is not on the list. At number
Whoa.
10 for Patrick,
Yeah.
we have Butt Night.
Yeah.
Butt Night.
Oh God, what a franchise.
Any guesses for number 9?
Ass Prince.
No, sorry, that's Lovecraft. In
Whoa.
fact, Lovecraft.
This is
Wow.
Cayman's list.
Number
Yeah.
8?
Someone
Cock
came in for
monster.
sure.
No, that's Lust
Lust-
Goddess.
I'm gonna get
All
one
of
of
these are safe for work, technically.
I'm gonna get one of them.
Mm.
Number
Mhm.
7.
Double D Extravaganza.
Whoa.
No, that's Subverse,
Subverse.
actually.
Sure.
Subverse, obviously. Yep.
Yes, yes, yes,
Number
yes.
6.
I think number 6 is going to be like Persona.
It's Horny Villa, as you can imagine. Number 5, Romantic Escapades. Number 4,
3D.
Mass Effect 2.
Project Passion, Season 2.
Sure.
Oh my
Season
god.
1, not a big hit. Not a big hit. Number 3, no 3. Academy Love Saga Tennis
Jesus
Angels
Christ.
EX.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Number
Mhm. New
2,
release.
Latex and Tentacles.
Also, can we
And number
really,
1.
before we get to 1, Jake, can we address that almost all of these games came out within the last week?
I just went to the Steam top sellers for adult content in the RPG tag
Great.
and then compiled them into a top 10 for you, which is why we have Town of Sins at
Yeah.
number 1, of course, with mixed reviews.
Can I just say that me and Cog were like very sentimental, like, oh, Jake did this for us.
I know you guys.
Yeah.
I thought it was so
Once
sweet.
he said that Final Fantasy 16 wasn't on there, I was like, something's not right. I mean, maybe he actually didn't watch any of my stuff.
Aw.
It's time for
I-
Kayla's
Oh,
top 10
no.
RPGs. Any guesses?
A
We're all
Court of
starting.
Thorn and Roses.
Mm-mm,
That's all I got.
mm-mm.
Stardew.
Court of Porn and Roses.
Yeah.
Stardew,
Something
no.
farm related.
Yeah.
A good
Surely
guess.
something farm. A game
Good
about
guess.
digging a hole?
Is it gonna be
Ooh.
Call of Duty Zombies, the RPG in that game?
Oh, no, not the RPG system in Call of Duty Zombies.
That's a good guess.
I'll
good
give you
guess,
a
I think he
I'll
Patrick.
meant,
give
I
you
think
the-
he
I'll
meant
give you the
rocket
first
propelled
one.
grenade.
I
That was a
did,
solid joke.
I'll give you the first one. It's The Last of Us.
Yeah!
That's right. It's everyone's favorite
Perfect.
RPG, The Last of Us. Then, of course,
The skill
can
tree
you
is
guess
really great in
number
that one.
2?
The Last of Us 2.
The Last of Us Part 2, gotta be, right?
Ooh, you were really close. It was The
Left
Last
Behind,
of Us.
sure.
Left
Ah.
So then
Behind.
Part 2
Right.
is number 3.
Part 2, no. Number 3 is, of course, The Last of Us Remastered for PlayStation 4.
What a shit show, dude.
And then
Yeah.
number 4, as you probably can guess by now,
The
The Last of Us Part
is The Last of Us
Yeah.
Remastered Greatest Hits Edition
Wow.
for PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
Correct. Yes.
Number 5 is The Last of Us Part 1.
Yes.
the glorious remake.
Mhm.
And then
Jake loves
number
that title.
6
The Last of Us
is The
Season
Last of
1?
Us Part 2.
Part 2. Part 2.
There's
Right.
You were
Last
really
of Us Part 2
close.
remastered.
Is number 7.
Right. That is correct. It is The Last of Us
Yeah.
Part 2 remastered at number
And
7.
then number 8
Any
is the
guesses here?
collection.
The Last of Us
Oh.
Complete.
Yeah.
The Last
the
of Us
one-
Complete. You guys are very good at
Yeah.
this. You know Kayla so well. All right. Number 9.
Grounded? Is it Grounded? Is that what it's called?
It's the unreleased Last of Us factions that we all know she would have been
Oh
a
my
big fan
God,
of
bro.
course.
Yep.
And then last but not least, I won't even make you guess. I'll just give you the freebie. It is the tabletop Last of Us Escape the Dark RPG.
Very good.
Thank you.
Bro,
Yeah, I actually haven't played that.
classic.
That's on my list. Wow.
Wow.
A classic.
Big fan.
Yes.
And safe
Yes,
for
yes,
work. Who
yes.
would have thought?
Hey, if your top 10 list matches Kayla's top 10 list, why don't you come over to twitch.tv/JK Games Podcast on Mondays for Clickerbait, where we review and recap and analyze every episode of HBO's The Last of Us season 2.
Shameless plug.
Very,
Shame.
very smart. Very
How about
smart.
Incredible.
Very smart. All right. Maury's top 10 RPGs. And there is a bonus for this one as well.
Yeah.
Any
I
guesses here?
I don't answer, right?
No, I need you to answer.
That's
Disco
right.
Elysium.
All right. For this one, what was that?
Disco Elysium. That's probably 1, 3, 6, 7,
having-
and 10.
Well, no, hold on. I think I got something wrong with my.
This fucking guy. This fucking guy.
Hold on. I got a little bit of a tech issue here.
This
Yes,
fucking
Oh, no.
guy. I can't stand it here, bro. Y'all gotta let me go.
Yeah,
Y'all
give me
gotta
a
let
second.
me
Hold
leave.
on.
Yo!
I think there's a little bit of tech issue going on.
Yeah, there's some
Wasn't
kind of
exactly
tech
sure what
issue
it
here.
was.
Oh my
Some
God.
kind of issue.
Yeah.
Scene. Outside,
Dude.
whirling in rags. Fog rolls in off the sea like a tired apology. Harry Dubois, flicking an ash off a trembling cigarette. Other games give you choices. This one gives you consequences. The kind that tastes like stale smoke and the things you should have said 10 years ago. Kim Kitsuragi, quietly, watching the dark.
It doesn't care if you win. It just wants you to feel it.
Harry cracks a smile, barely. And I do, Kim. Every time I light up, I remember. That's how I know it's the best. Kim, soft, almost kind.
Then maybe one is enough. Maybe we don't need a list at all.
The lighter clicks shut. The fog doesn't go anywhere.
What?
Maury's top 10 list needs not exist.
Bro. I felt like I just had an acid trip. Like, no.
I just went to church.
Yo, when I saw Jake reach for the fucking tie and I heard Revachol playing in my headphones, I'm like,
Not
I'm
the
having
title
it,
of the
bro.
song.
Dude,
Wow.
no. When I tell you, like, I literally thought I was dying. I thought, like, that was, like, a higher power's way of leading me into the afterlife. Like, it was so surreal. Jake, holy shit. I want to tell you that the funniest part of all of this is how accurate your fucking dialogue is. I mean, every
You do
intricate
weddings?
detail. You said what, Kayla?
I said, do you do weddings, Jake?
Literally, does he do weddings?
Yeah, yeah. Only my own. With Maury.
Mm.
Wow.
Mm.
I was gonna say I think Jake only does third weddings. Like he doesn't, like it's
Yeah.
Oh my
exclusively.
god. Wow.
Swanky Joinkers has just subscribed at tier 1 for 3 months. Says money for the rights to Whirling in Rags. 10 a.m.
Wow. Dude,
Mm.
that was the coolest thing that's ever happened for me on a show. Like, I don't even have words. That was so great. It was so endearing.
It will have been worth it when we get a copyright strike from the music.
Correct.
To be known, loved is to be known, they say, you know?
God.
Mm,
We did it.
Wow.
so
That's why
true.
Patrick had the top 10 Gooner games right now on Steam.
Yeah.
Somebody get Jake's games
So
pulled
true.
up, brother.
Which I did finish by looking at.
Wow.
How about that? Jake, any more icebreaker games?
Wow.
I believe the ice is broken. 28 minutes. We should get to
Wow.
an RPG battle if you ask me.
Okay. I am asking you. So this is the RPG battle. If you missed our franchise battle episode, the way this works, we're going to be pitting various RPGs
Oh.
against each other. Any RPG is on the table. We're going to have turn-based RPGs. We'll have ARPGs, CRPGs, JRPGs, LMNOP RPGs. And if a game's an RPG, like if its RPG-ness is up for debate, we will use the very reputable and ethical IGN as a test to see if a game is actually an RPG. But for the most part, I think we all have a
bastion of games journalism.
well, we generally have an idea of what the RPGs are. But if someone, tries to pull out God of War 2018, while it does have a lot of RPG elements, it's an action adventure game. So we'll discuss it as they come through. But if there is a debate, we will use IGN to settle whether or not. So once we pit the two RPGs together, We'll debate which one's in, which one's out, and whatever game has fewer votes amongst the crew is out. And once a game is out, a new RPG will be brought into the mix to try and dethrone the current victor. Now, if you did watch the franchise battle episode, we're changing up the way we're doing this battle. Last time, I had the keys to the kingdom. I decided everything. I decided the order. I decided all the franchises we talked about. I took no one's opinion into the debate other than mine own. And so this time we're gamifying it a little bit. So shortly we're going to randomize the order with which we will be bringing games into the battle. I think Maury maybe just died. He's out of the studio, so he might just not be here. But we'll make it work. So we're going to randomize the order with which we bring games into the battle, and each of us are going to be bringing forth games to try and take the crown as best RPG. Anytime a game of ours wins a battle, we get a point. If you get the point, you stay up in the end slot, and then the next person's going to come through and battle it out. So how this could work, if the first battle is me and Kayla, I bring Brave Fencer Musashi, she brings Jade Empire. Brave Fencer Musashi naturally wins. I get a point. Cog comes in with Fallout 2. I win again. I get another point, and now it's Maury's turn to bring in a game, or Jake's turn, or maybe we'll bring in some chat guesses as well. And people will just keep trying to dethrone Brave Fencer Musashi, and once they do, they are now in charge. Now, I fear I may be over-explaining this, but do we have any questions about how this is going to work?
I will say that High Score Weekly said, I like how this RPG game is turn-based, very meta, which is true.
How about that? How about that? How about that?
I'm ready.
All right. So I forgot to actually figure out an order for this. So I'm just going to say Kayla and Cog can go first, unless Jake, you have a system.
No, I think that's a good way to do it.
Great.
You had control the last time. Maury's not here to speak his piece. It is decided.
Great. So yeah, y'all
I
get first.
assumed a wheel
pick.
would be spun, but
Let's just say that the wheel spun. And let's say, actually, let's do this. Cog, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. What is it?
4.
Kayla, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. What is it?
5.
And the number was 9. Kayla, you go first.
Hey.
She is priced as right to me.
You know what? I'm going to appeal to my audience.
Okay.
Okay. And then also quick background. RPG, not my genre of typical choice, but I'm a changed woman. Expedition 33 has changed me. I'm not going with that first. We're not going big guns like right off the top. Now we got to be strategic with our time picks here. But you know what I am going to start out with, just in the topic, Sea of Stars. Let's get Sea of Stars in here early on. Let's see what beats it.
Wow.
Let's see what our fellow comrades would consider rival up against this one.
Sea of Stars.
He's back, folks.
From Kayla. You got Maury back. Maury, welcome back.
A pleasure.
Cog, what's going to be your first representative of the RPG battle?
Well, the first thing I want to say is how dare you.
Exactly. Yes.
That was very well played. I'm looking at my list here. This is probably another big gun.
Sorry, only Expedition 33 is listed. Only 33 is left.
Nier Automata. Thank you.
Hell yeah. So Sea of Stars versus Nier Automata. Would either of you like to make a case for why you think that is the better RPG?
I just want to know, Cog, do you actually believe that Nier Automata is better than Sea of Stars? Do you even believe in your own pick? That's what I want to know.
Fucking got him.
Whoa.
Because
I hear my mother calling me, so I'm gonna. So, personally, probably not.
But
just for my own preferences and stuff, but just to be an attorney and to state the case to the jury.
Of course.
Nier Automata, of course, being a fantastic, more action-oriented, as far as the combat is concerned, RPG with multiple endings, lots of soul-crushing heartbreak. 2. This has technically 26 endings, even though 20 of them are jokes. But I think that ending E is the true ending, and you have to literally beat the game 5 times to even get to it. But just fantastic storytelling. The combat's great. The yeah, it's a very, very well-renowned RPG for a reason. Again, this kind of comes down to, do people prefer retro style, turn-based, JRPG inspired, or do they prefer like a full 3D action-oriented combat, rip your heart out and stomp on it a few times, kind of a deal. So,
Or like potentially have 2B's thighs just like crush you. Yeah.
Yes. But you know what you could do is you could play the better game, which is
Sure.
6 stars. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's my
Oh,
case.
hey, do you rest your case there, Kayla?
That's pretty much it. Yeah. I've never played Nier, so I don't have like a base to stand on necessarily, but Sea of Stars is what personally got me into RPGs. Like, again, I played some, like, and my list may show I've played some like in my early childhood, but Sea of Stars, I think the art direction, the music is absolutely incredible, which I've heard Nier has, decent music here and there, but
oh yeah, the music in Nier Automata
you
is
know,
like also next level.
but indie game,
Sure.
support indies, that's my
Okay.
case.
Maury, I know neither of these are your game choice, but do you weigh in here? Like, where's your head at on this battle?
Yeah, the great position that I have here, Patrick, is I just get to let you be the tiebreaker because I've played neither.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow, the
Dude.
power I hold now.
You hold a lot. And for the record, Sea of Stars was downloaded on my PS5 for like a year of time.
Okay.
Maybe more like 6 months. And I
Okay.
always wanted to get around to it. Nier Automata, I've never really thought twice to go to it. But like Sea of Stars, I really wanted to play, but I haven't. So
Sure.
Patrick, you have full power and reign over what
Wow.
happens next.
This is intoxicating. And I'm
Yeah.
probably going to upset some people in the chat. And I unfortunately I might be upsetting my favorite member of Dido. I do prefer Nier Automata to Sea of Stars.
Wow.
So I've played both games. I've played both games to completion.
Wow.
And
Completion mentioned.
Yep, completion mentioned. Finished mentioned. I agree with everything Cog said about Nier, and I think it's one of those things where like when I first played Nier, I didn't know about all the ending stuff, and so I finished the game, but I'm like, there's no way that's it. And it's pretty short on the first run through, so I'm like, it's like giving me the option to just like start again, so I'm gonna start again, and then I pretty quickly see that like some things are different, and it's like, oh, okay, and I keep going, and then I get a different ending a lot quicker than the first ending. I'm like, huh. Okay, there's something here. And then all of a sudden I have like 14 more endings. And I'm like, this game fucking rules.
See, I'm not playing more than once, brother.
Sure.
So I'm not. I will say Coal Mines absolutely W in the chat. First of all, because he voted for me. And two, because he said Maury's too busy delivering mail to the local fauna in Death Stranding.
Fucking God.
Jesus Christ.
Roasted and toasted, brother.
Roasted and toasted.
I accept, you can have wrong takes. It's all right.
I will say to that.
I'm trying to shake your hand, but you're just drinking, which is fine. It's valid.
Oh, no, not my hand either. I will say, so Ryan in the chat saying takes a lot for him to replay a game. Kayla saying you're not going to replay a game. I will say this game, it does feel like a replay, but because you're getting new shit, it also feels like just an extension of the game, which I think is pretty cool.
I'm going to give a spoiler for a several-year-old game just to kind of accentuate what you're talking about, because you are playing as Thighs. Sorry, you're playing as 2B for the story. Yeah. And like when you start the game, and then when you roll credits and start again, you're playing as the other guy.
That's right. That's right.
Like, so that like, right. It's not like it, you get like 5 minutes in and it starts switching things up. It's like, no, like from the very first moment of your like quote unquote new game, it's a completely different perspective already. And you're playing as the companion. I can't remember. Somebody in chat help me out, please.
Isn't it like something A?
I think the 2A is another female.
Oh, okay.
No? 9, I think.
3A.
Gunnar has entered there. Oh, there he goes. Okay.
There he goes.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, I'll accept it.
But yeah.
Maury, you're up next. What are you going to challenge Nier with? And also, Cog gets 1 point.
I'm keeping score for us.
Oh, great.
Yes.
I love
that.
this.
That hurt, Kayla. That really hurt to have to do that.
Yeah, you did that. Just remember.
I will.
There's part of me that wants to like hold my really great picks for later, but because this is more than just which one gets the end and it's who gets the most points, I want to come out of the gate swinging.
Yeah.
Oh.
I really think, and I think there's not much of a conversation. I think Disco Elysium is a better
Oh.
title than Nier. I think that it
you have
was
that
just
played.
last year that it landed at IGN's #1 game of all time. Like, that's the kind of game we're talking about. We're not talking about some Pee-wee RPG bullshit. All right. No 5-year-olds playing this shit and figure. Strike. No. I mean, this game is perfect. And I think even if you haven't played it, because I know not everyone here on the panel has put the amount of time in that I have, I think Disco Elysium, just across the board, when you look at the way that it's been reviewed, you look at the way that it's been talked about, you look at the cult-like fan base, and you also look at the fact that so many studios now are trying to capture the magic of an Elysium-like, much like what we saw after the Souls games originally hit the scene. Like, this is a generational title. It's a multi-generational title. I think that it will go on to define the genre of RPG games over the next 2 decades. I present to you Disco Elysium, the final game made.
I agree with Maury. I think Disco Elysium is such a special game. And like I'm seeing Ryan in the chat saying that the dialogue frustrated him, couldn't understand it, made him feel stupid. It is a lot. Like it is overwhelming to start for sure. But it's the kind of, like, by the time I finished that game, it was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Really, really fucking good game. So I throw my vote behind Disco here.
Well, I guess that's the choice because I ain't played either one of them, so I don't have a leg to stand on in this game. So shout out to Maury for a point, unless we want to pull in ye old Jake Twitchin.
I'm sitting.
No,
right here.
I don't want to pull in Jake Twitchin. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. You're this fucking demon. This fucking gremlin under my
Disco
bed.
Elysium isn't like most RPGs.
God, this guy.
God damn it.
It's gonna count.
I have not played Disco Elysium. I've heard a lot of great things, and I'm sure that I would enjoy it, especially considering how much I've enjoyed other titles that have a similar structure. But go ahead and just do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. We got Cog with 1, Maury with 1 for the evening.
Cool.
To try to give this podcast some fucking clout. Because for 2 rounds, all we keep saying is, I haven't played the game. I don't know this title. Fucking Skyrim. Put Skyrim on the board. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Who here hasn't fucking played Skyrim and fucking loved it, brother? I'm a fucking Nord. I'm a fucking ogre. I'm a fucking Briton. Whatever the fuck you call it. Give me Skyrim all fucking day, brother.
Get that disco shit out of here,
Yeah.
brother.
What?
Get it out. Kick it
Frankie
out.
asked the good question I was going to ask. Which version, which of the 17 versions of Skyrim are we talking about here?
Even though
Any of them.
even though I ethically do not support Amazon while I stream on their platform, I do prefer the Alexa version of Skyrim the most.
What the fuck's going on?
Alexa?
Yeah,
The
there's
Alexa
Alexa.
version?
I think it was a April Fool's joke, maybe, or maybe it does actually exist.
Are
There's
these people
no
not
shot.
knowers, Patrick? Come on. Kick these people out. We'll just
Get
you
me
and
out.
We'll talk.
Get
we'll
him
talk.
out of here.
We'll
I'm
talk.
Tony.
Get him out of
Um,
What?
But the real answer, whatever is the most recently released, that is the best. The complete edition or whatever.
Sure.
I love how we're 3 in and we already are pulling out the big guns with Skyrim here.
Yeah.
What's gonna beat this out?
I was gonna wait a little bit, but Maury made that great point of like, I'm here to fucking win, bro.
Right.
If I may, I would just like to take a moment because you know there's been a lot of words exchanged, right, about how much everybody loves Skyrim, and I just want to be the first to tell you that the greatest Bethesda RPG ever made is not called the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. It's called Starfield. No, this fucking I ain't living.
Did you really just say that out loud?
It's
No,
the
no.
new buzzer.
Starfield is the new buzzer. Starfield is the greatest Bethesda RPG ever made. I'm willing to stand in it. I've only ever played like 2 hours of Skyrim. I tried playing it 8 times. Damn it, Jake, you leave me alone, you dirty whore. I have tried playing it 8 different times. I can't get it together. I'm so serious, dude. Like since 2011, Kayla, I have tried 8+ times to play Skyrim and I can't do it. I don't know what it is. Like, dude, I'm enjoying the start of Oblivion more than I'm enjoying the start of Skyrim. Like, I am baffled. But I say that to say that, okay, if we're talking about a gameplay perspective, right? Of course, Skyrim is amazing. It's excellent, right? It's combat. I think it's aged fine. over the last like decade and a half. I think it's fine. The game is huge, and it went on to really spark like where RPGs, at least open world RPGs, would go next. But when you're talking about traditional, right, stats based, right, dice based RPGs, right, the actual bones of an RPG, Disco Elysium is doing that better. Disco Elysium is doing a better job with the bones of an RPG. And I would argue that things like the world surrounding it, right? The dialogue in the game are far more exhilarating and enthralling than Skyrim ever was.
Maury,
Jesus
can I
Jesus
ask you, can I ask a clarifying question about Disco Elysium?
Yeah.
In Disco Elysium, are you the fucking Dragonborn?
No, you are.
Fucking dead game then.
Yeah.
In this
No,
debate.
No,
dead
no
game.
you're a cop.
Dovahkiin.
No, I know the song. I know the song, motherfucker. No, listen. You're not a Dragonborn. You are a washed up detective who's an alcoholic who's popping pills every day, going through the thralls, the throes of being human.
Sure.
I find that far more grounding than the fucking Dragonborn, brother.
Well,
Get that dog shit out of here.
I don't need grounding. I
Yeah.
need to just let
Kayla,
loose.
don't abandon me here. Listen.
You
No,
can drink.
dog.
I'm gonna vote
I'm
Disco
leaving
Elysium
you.
on this one.
Wow.
Okay.
Jordan, I love
That's
you
your
so
right.
much.
So
Is
we
this
got-
your real? Oh no.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
While it's a valiant effort, if Jake is splitting the vote, ain't no fucking way he's going disco.
Hey, guess what, Patrick? That's why I don't want to talk to you right now. Kayla, look at me. Look at me in my
No.
eyes. No. Kayla, look me in my fucking eyes.
She just said
Kayla.
no.
Listen, Kayla, I need you. Sister, I need you. Listen.
It ain't happening.
No. I understand what you're thinking. You're thinking, John, there's no way that I'm going to let a game I've never touched beat Skyrim. And to that I say, do you really want this man to win? Do you want Patrick to win? No, look at me. Do you want him to win? Because if he wins Disco Elysium, he's going to keep winning. We have to play this strategically. Don't let this guy win Fantasy Critic and this fucking episode. We have got to start making.
Oh.
I'm not winning
fucking
Fantasy
cutoffs.
Critic.
I'm winning Fantasy Critic, and I'm winning this because I'm picking Skyrim.
God, I
That's
hate
the end of
it.
my case.
I hate it. I hate it here. I'm going to Metroid
Which
Prime 4 Beyond
means-
myself.
Sure, I
I'm
understand.
gonna Elder Scrolls myself.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jake.
No,
Scene.
Jake.
The whirling in rags afternoon. Cigarette smoke drifts through the bar.
God
The
damn it.
faint sound of rock the block paved busted tape deck in the corner.
God damn it, Jake. Jake, help me out. You have to split the vote. It's 2-2.
Yeah, what's taking it, Jake?
Oh yeah, my best Skyrim.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, God damn it.
Thank you.
God damn it. God damn it.
Wow.
So now I believe we are back to Kayla. And then next will be
Mm.
Cog, and then Maury, and then Patrick. So that'll be the order. Kayla, Cog, Maury, Patrick.
Okay. Wait, hold on. So that was Patrick's pick. So
Yep.
I'm keeping score. Patrick has one, Maury has one, Cock has one.
Correct.
Let's see. This might not win in everyone's hearts,
Okay.
but this one's in my heart. And I just want to appeal to everyone's childhood. Think back, except for Maury, because he was probably
That was yesterday.
not able to play games yet. Yeah.
We're 2 years apart, Kayla.
I know.
Damn
I know. But what I'm gonna give you is I'm gonna give you Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Is what
Oh,
I'm gonna
whatever
give
they
you.
call
Let's give it. Let's appeal to the old heads here.
The old
Let's
head.
do
Wow.
it.
Wow.
Yes. Tell me, and this is hard for me too. I'm just gonna be transparent. This is tough.
I fear I'm in trouble.
Even
I
Patrick
fear-
doesn't believe in his pick anymore. Like, even Patrick's given up.
I fear that KOTOR takes it. And I would love to know what the chat thinks. Help influence our fellow members. That's all I have to say.
There's no influence needed. That was like one of the first like mind-blowing RPG kinds of experiences for me as a whatever how old I was. I don't even know. Like, for some people, maybe they didn't know who BioWare was when Mass Effect was dropping.
Mm.
I was like, these are the Knights of the Old Republic people. I want this, whatever this is with the spaceships. I'm going to play that. Like, that's how much I adored KOTOR. So KOTOR is getting my vote.
Wow. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you.
I do fear that I have to go Fusro, go fuck myself.
Wow.
with
Hell yeah.
Skyrim, because KOTOR, I would vote for KOTOR in this.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I mean, yet again,
Incredible.
luckily it's already moved on, but I don't have an opinion. I've wanted to play Knights of the Old Republic. I kind of thought that we would get that remake. What was it, 4 years ago? It was announced and then it got killed and iced.
Yeah.
That would have been
God, I
great.
want a remake so bad.
Dude.
of KOTOR.
Dude. it'd
The
be so
OG is on
wild.
sale on Steam for like $2 if anyone's interested.
I might go
And
and dip my toes.
Ryan in the chat saying a free Star Wars games for Prime members on Prime Gaming. And speaking of Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, why don't you give us a free Twitch Prime sub? You get one a month that you can give to any streamer. And we would love if you chose us for your Twitch Prime sub.
We would.
Thank you. If you're already giving money to the man, give it to us instead.
Yeah.
Feed me.
So yeah, that's a W for KOTOR. I don't think
Wow.
I don't see Skyrim getting 2 votes if the guy that brought Skyrim isn't voting for it. But
No.
yeah.
No.
All right,
do my
Cogs,
best.
you're next.
Let's see, my KOTOR's on my list too, so gotta nix that. I'm gonna go with a slightly deeper cut. This is
Okay.
one where I'm actually not gonna play the same game you all are playing. I'm gonna try to, I don't know, like get a little bit more weird with it.
Okay.
Give me Deus Ex.
Oh.
Mm.
Like the
So this
original
is
or
one-
which?
I landed on just the original because
Okay.
it kind of, when you're talking about RPGs that really kind of rewrote the game a bit, that is one of the big ones.
Sure.
As far as true choice based, don't get me wrong, light versus light side, dark side, awesome. I adore that. But the Deus Ex games have several different endings and like true, you want to talk about allocating skill points. Like you can go through the more, I can't remember if it started from the very first one, but you can certainly play through the most recent Deus Ex game, Mankind Divided, without killing a single person. You can do a full pacifist run. You can do a full murder everything run. You can put all your points into like all the stealth powers instead of all the, strength based, power, whatever. Like it is like to its core all about really embodying whatever character you want to make and going with it. So
Sure.
I don't recall it actually having any sort of true dice mechanics, quote unquote, but it still has that same soul of like your character has a name. You can't change the character's name in the original in these games at all, but who that character is and the choices that he makes are all up to you
Yeah.
in every way.
I never played the original. I did mostly like Mankind Divided because so they've done 2 new ones. There's Mankind Divided and Human Revolution. Which one was first of those 2?
Human
Human
Revolution.
Revolution.
First.
Then I played a little bit of Human Revolution. I didn't play Mankind Divided. And I liked the aesthetic and I liked the general vibe, but for some reason it just didn't click for me. And it's a franchise that I've always wanted to try to kind of force myself to play more of to get it. You know what I mean? Like it's so many people love the Deus Ex franchise. And for those that don't know, it's like kind of like a neo-futurist, like stealthy RPG, first person, mostly stealth. Doesn't have
Slightly
to be
cyberpunky vibes. It's
Yeah.
got,
Okay.
People are augmented. And so that's where a lot of your like, quote unquote powers are going to be coming from for your skill tree, or like, you have an implant that can let you see through walls. You have, a metallic arm that can punch through walls. You got, you can turn invisible for a few seconds, like whatever. And so that's like where the whole Human Revolution thing comes in from that title, is like that's starting to ramp up and really become more commonplace that people have in these augments, and the debate between, ethically, is that a cool thing to do, or like, is this a new class of people that are like, blah, 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 blah. But
From my understanding, it was kind of the first like big video game franchise to adapt like the cyberpunk tabletop RPG of like this kind of futuristic situation.
that sounds right. The original Deus Ex came out on like PS2.
Yeah.
And I know that technically games like Shadowrun, I think they have a little bit longer of a history than I even am familiar with. They like did some remasters of that a year or 2 ago. But yeah, again, like as far as, I actually was introduced to the franchise because the sequel was coming out, Deus Ex Invisible War, I think. And this is one of those classic games where you have such fond memories of it and you thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then like several years go by and you start looking back on it and you see how much everyone hated it. And you're like, oh, but I loved it.
Sure. Tragically, I am still going KOTOR.
Yeah. As is your right.
Yeah, but
You know
a
what?
decent
Love what you love. you know, if you wanna be a pacifist and do a run, I totally respect that. But also, if you want to hack and slash with some Jedi Knight
Yeah.
powers,
Yeah.
you know, I also respect that.
So what does that tell you about your vote?
Oh, I mean, does my vote count since I brought the original?
Yeah,
I guess it
it's-
does
of course,
still.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I voted against Skyrim.
Still KOTOR. So sorry. So
Maury,
sorry.
so you have a lot of power right here.
I do. Well, I don't think so. It's 2 votes on y'all. Well,
Well, if you voted Deus Ex, then Jake would decide.
okay. So God, this fucking guy, this fucking demon, dude. So I was 8 months old when Deus Ex came out. So I've not played it.
Yes.
Yet again, another terrible story is Mankind Divided was downloaded on my PlayStation 4 for like
Wow.
a year because I wanted to go and play it. Never did. So just off of like franchise alone, I'm a huge Star Wars guy. I'm just gonna go Knights of the Old Republic. I appreciate the look though,
Wow.
because COG, like, it did bring the cyberpunk genre to video games,
Mhm.
and I think it is responsible for much of what CD Projekt Red has done and will go and do next. So yeah, I would love to try out the franchise sometime, but I'm just not well versed.
Honestly, like I never got through that original one, but because my brother and I love the sequel so much, I ended up tracking down like the original Deus Ex for him for like a birthday gift or something at some point.
That's awesome.
Aw,
Never
that's so
played
cool.
through it. Like it was like, thank you, back in the day. Never finished playing through it, but it was really cool. I really enjoy those 2 recent ones, especially Mankind Divided was like a really solid like solidifying of what they had started to kind of build with the Human Revolution. So it's a solid action shooter RPG thingy. So yeah, check it out.
Unfortunately, it is dead, and now it is Maury's turn
Rip in
to
peace.
bring a new game.
I get to bring a new game. My turn. Let's play hardball and let's get real vicious here because
Wow.
I want to start putting some points on the board because I got hoed out of Disco Elysium because people are tasteless. Let's make it easy. Baldur's Gate 3.
Boom. Sure.
Whoa.
Come on. Dethrone me. Do
Sure.
it. I want to see you fight for it. What is my argument for Baldur's Gate 3 as someone who's put 5 or 6 combined hours? It's a masterpiece, and oh my god, it's so good, and Jeff Keighley loves it, and the critics love it, and the Metacritic score was amazing, and everyone was sleeping on it, and it came out of nowhere and smacked us in the mouth. Oh my god, it's so good. I don't know that I have like anything to say about it outside of the fact that like the 8 hours I did play, this game is so fucking deep. Like, oh my god, every minute object in the world is something that you can interact with on like an expansive level. You can do 15 things to a random little fucking stone on the ground. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, the amount of intricacy and depth that these devs went through to make this game and to make it this deep, like, it will forever hold RPGs to a different standard. I love seeing that shit. I love seeing people raise the bar. Holy shit. This is a phenomenal fucking game. I think it beats Knights of the Old Republic personally.
I gotta laugh because of Squanky's comment, quote unquote, came out of nowhere. It was an early access for 3 years.
Well, I gotta be honest. The public reception, for at least to my knowledge, as someone who never played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, it felt like I got smacked in the fucking mouth. Like,
I think that a lot of people had that experience.
Yeah, I wasn't hearing like fucking people at IGN or GameSpot or fucking Kind of Funny or Polygon, and it recipes Polygon, ranting about, oh my god, the early access is so fucking good. Like, I didn't fucking hear that shit. So I'm gonna say it came out of nowhere. The mass fucking applause for me came out of nowhere. I don't know.
You know who made the first couple Baldur's Gate games?
No.
BioWare.
Wow, you're kidding me.
I'm not kidding you.
That's wild that Larian got
Squinky brought that up too. They were not involved with Baldur's Gate 3, but just that's just a fun fact for your Thursday evening.
I guess do you want to take the nostalgia and the true childhood joy?
Get the fuck out of here, Kayla.
KOTOR,
Yeah, get the fuck on.
being able to be a Jedi and rise from the ashes,
Or a Sith.
and defeat. Or a Sith. You're so right.
What?
Patrick. You get to choose your own path. Spoilers. Just decide for yourself. Or do you want to play tabletop?
Oh, we're shitting on tabletop now? Oh. What's up?
Counterpoint, the voice actress for Mael is a main character in Baldur's Gate 3. So that's like a Jennifer
You got
English,
me
one of the
there.
goats, one of the upcoming goats.
We're not talking about Expedition 33 yet, Cog.
Yeah.
We'll get
Yeah,
there.
we're not there yet.
Yeah.
We're not
We'll get
there
there.
Don't
It's
butter your roll
called
too
just
soon.
giving people the facts of the case,
Oui.
Patrick.
We'll get there. Cog, do you have a vote in this horse race?
Baldur's Gate 3 is one of those that I've probably mentioned before on content that's just knowing how huge it is, I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah.
That's where I stay with it. So like if
Mm.
I'm going based on what I've played, I'm still going to go KOTOR. But I do respect, of course, what Baldur's Gate 3 brought to the table.
Sure.
People
So
love it for a
are
reason.
you going with based on what you've played? Because you said if.
Come back
I
to
mean,
me.
Okay,
I
come
was
back.
gonna say- I was gonna say,
KOTOR
brother,
still for me.
I've not been going off based off of what I played. There's been like 14 games I haven't played yet, brother. I need you.
So I'm very torn right now because KOTOR is like a top 6 game for me of all time. But as so many people in the chat are saying, and as I also feel, you can't deny
You can't.
Baldur's Gate 3. Like it is kind of reinvigorated a genre, I think. And I'm so interested to see in the next few years what games we see trying to be Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
But I'm
Fair.
still like, I don't even know that I'm going Baldur's Gate 3 yet because that's how much I love KOTOR. But like this one is, I think, so far the hardest for me by a pretty big margin compared to
Right.
the other battles so far.
Yeah.
Cog,
I
have
see
you
that.
made any headway on your decision?
I think it will go Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just to keep things spicy.
Sure.
Wow.
Well, then in that case, to also keep things spicy, I'm going to go Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and leave this up to the homie, Jake Twitchin.
We know what this
W,
demon's
W,
about to
W,
do.
W,
We
W.
know. We know.
The only thing more annoying than Baldur's Gate 3 is Baldur's Gate 3 fans.
Oh,
my fucking god.
Slaughter
Shut
my wife
the
and
fuck
daughter.
up. We know it's so good. You can't even say you don't like Baldur's Gate. You can sit there and be articulate, like, oh, I'm not really a turn-based RPG fan. I think it's overcomplicated. And they will jump down your throat. It's like, well, you just don't really understand. Maybe you could play it with me, and then I could show you why Baldur's Gate 3 is great. I'm like, no, I don't really like playing multiplayer either. And then they go, oh, I think maybe if you gave it another shot, once you get into Act 1, the meat of it, the Goblin Camp is a little tough. But once you get through the Goblin Camp, I think you'll find that once you get to Baldur's Gate, oh, Jesus Christ.
Counterpoint, have you met Star Wars fans? Or people
I mean,
that call
that's
themselves
fair.
Star Wars fans.
That's a great
That's a
Yeah.
really
Right.
good point.
Listen,
That's a
I'd
really
rather
good
be
point.
racist and sexist than be a
Oh,
fucking
God.
nerd.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, we're done.
And that's our show, folks. It's been nice knowing everyone.
It's over.
And this
That's
is
for sure.
my resignation from
Everyone says Jake has trauma in the chat. Everyone's saying.
Patrick,
Yeah.
But he's our voter.
Oh,
you can't let this
God.
guy win. You can't let this guy win.
Oh, you can't change your vote.
No, absolutely you can. This is an open
No.
dialogue. Patrick, do not let this fucking guy win.
No. You can't change your
Don't
vote.
do it.
Those are the rules we agreed upon.
They are.
I think here's the thing. We're going to go with KOTOR because that's what Jake is
It is.
deciding. But
It
I
is.
have something up my sleeve that I will share after the next round.
Okay. I'm excited. I can't wait.
So this is my second pick. So after this round, all of us will have put forth 2 games. And the second game that I'm going to pull, as I look through my list, I'm trying to think, okay, what can maybe dethrone KOTOR? Because at first I thought I was going to have to maybe what can dethrone Baldur's Gate 3, which is a pretty tough ordeal. So I'm going to bring what might be the first action RPG
Okay.
game of the year winner in so many places, Hades,
Wow.
as my next choice.
Mm-hmm.
I think very few people that have played Hades didn't like Hades, in my experience, at
Yeah.
least. And still right now, like even though Hades 2 has been in early access for probably a little over a year, maybe a year.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm able to play it. Twice a week I have to look at it on Steam and be like, don't open it yet.
Same.
Maybe like 5 hours into it, and it's so fucking good. But it's like I want to wait until this game is done and complete before I go into it, because Hades is so fucking good and it's so fucking hot. Come on, I mean, we all talk about how sexy everybody is in Hades.
Yes.
That it's a bisexual masterpiece. So
it is concerning.
Sure.
How sexy people are in that game.
Yeah. So for me, that's why, even though KOTOR, one of my favorite games of all time, I'm trying to see how can I take it down, and I'm going to try to take it down with Hades.
Okay. Okay. I like this.
We're calling Hades an RPG is my first, like, the thing that I jumped in first.
Yeah. It's an action RPG. That's like its whole thing.
Well, it's a roguelike RPG, but I only stand to agree with Patrick. Prior to the show, I actually went out of my way and I looked this up, and I was like, you know what? Does Hades count as an RPG? And it specifically in all places calls it a roguelike RPG. So I had it on my list.
That's totally fine. It's been a while since I've really since I really dove into it, and so like, yeah, I suppose because you are like leveling up in between and like getting okay.
I don't know if I suppose. I think it's pretty clearly an RPG.
I'll put my soul on
again. It's the roguelike that's throwing me off.
Sure. That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like that's where my brain kind of like broke for a second.
That's fair.
Well, Heroic Headgear said it. An RPG is really the friends we made along the way.
They see.
And you know,
this is interesting.
Yeah,
this is very.
I agree.
Kayla, are you a Hades enjoyer?
Yes, but no. I only played like maybe an hour or so, and it was before I started playing my favorite roguelike game, which is Cult of the Lamb. And so I wasn't a knower yet. And so now I would revisit it, but I'm still going to KOTOR because, again, one of my favorite games of all time. Didn't invest too much time in Hades. I know it really broke ground and like had a awakening for a lot of folks, but for me, I'm still going to go my OG.
Okay. Maury, where's your head at on this one?
You guys cannot see this, but above all my statues is a limited edition Gickley lithograph of Hades that's like 24 by 36. It's fucking huge. And beneath me that you cannot see, my whole desk is covered. You said what?
What?
God,
he said erection.
Erection. There we go. Yes, I'm bricked.
Right.
Especially now that I'm looking at pictures of the characters in Hades. Beneath my monitor is a Hades desk mat of Hades, and it's Hades' actual desk as a desk mat, which is fucking awesome. It's sick, dude. Hades is like top 3 games. I don't know. That's a lot. It's top 10 games of all time for me. I wouldn't be shocked if it ended up in my top 3 with Disco Elysium. I adore Hades in every way. Obviously, someone who hasn't played Knights of the Old Republic, I'm totally going Hades. But I really do think that Hades would have taken down anything else we could have said today, maybe outside of Disco Elysium. So I stay by Hades. And,
okay. So we got 2 for Hades, 1 for KOTOR.
I'm going Hades as well. Even though when I had a successful run, finally, something happened with like the syncing of the achievements to where it didn't give me it. But I know what I saw. I know what I saw.
That's so annoying. Okay. So Hades takes it. We've dethroned KOTOR.
Let me share a little points update.
Yes,
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Kayla 3, Patrick 2, Cog 1, Maury 1.
How about that?
It was all close.
It's still anybody's game. Okay, so we're through round 2. So far, I think we're doing great. But there have been some people that have been upset about certain games maybe going out a little too soon. And so, Jake, I don't know how quickly available another graphic can be of the graveyard.
Yes.
Hey, who just won?
Hades won. Great. I'm glad he is paying attention. From this point forward, each of us will get to go into the graveyard once. And grab a game that has been knocked out to bring in. And that can be your pick that round. But we can only do it once. So once you've gone to the graveyard, brought something back from the dead, then we can move forward. And to be clear, if let's say Disco Elysium comes from the graveyard, gets a win and dies again, someone else can then pull it from the graveyard again. There's no rules about how many times something can come from the graveyard. But we are tracking all games that have been knocked out. And at any point, if you want to go in and grab it, do so when it is your turn. And we start the next round with Kayla again, even though she just lost. Very good. Thank you, Jake. She just lost KOTOR, but
yeah.
it is to you again if you would like to either pull from the graveyard already or bring in a new title.
Bring KOTOR back from the graveyard to play against Hades again.
Incredible, truly. You know, I knew that eventually. Ooh. I'm having trouble picking with my heart or with my soul here.
Sure.
You know, one thing that we debated in the early game, in the icebreaker, if you will, is whether this game was an RPG or not.
Whoa.
And I'm gonna have to say that it is. And I'm willing to hear arguments, but what you can't argue is the absolute quality of this game I'm about to give you here.
Okay.
Jake probably knows where I'm going with this. Give me Stardew Valley.
Okay.
Give me Stardew Valley versus Hades. And let me ask you, dear listeners, if you want to put Hades up against this one-man show
Sure.
of Concerned Ape who made this game from the ground up in 50 years it took him to make this game. And and tell me that this isn't the greatest game that has ever been made. I would
Sure.
love to hear it as someone who sunk 300 plus hours into this game. And you know, maybe I'm speaking to the wrong audience. You guys clearly don't.
I don't know that you're speaking to the
you
wrong
know.
audience, but I do want to say I have the one-man show I need, and his name is Zagreus, and he does a lot with that mouth of his.
Yeah, he
Kayla.
does.
Mm.
Oh,
God.
he does. Oh, he
Yeah.
does.
But no, I do like Stardew Valley a lot. I was surprised when I was looking this up that it does have the RPG tag on IGN, which we're using as a source of genre checking. So we'll allow it.
Wow. Thank you.
But I do think Hades, I'm such a Supergiant snob.
Same.
I love basically everything that they've done, even Pyre.
Bro, Pyre is what? Even Pyre.
Yeah, a lot of people say Pyre sucks.
Yeah, Pyre is like one of the least well received. I don't think it's like hated, but it's like the least well received. Of
Yeah.
the
Oh,
bunch.
I'm aware, and they can get the nuts while they're down there.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, for the record.
telling
Yeah.
you, you shouldn't be surprised. That reaction was unwarranted. If you do, then don't act like that.
Pyre is a masterpiece. But I'm sorry.
Invention
You are a masterpiece, sir.
Thank
Wow.
I rest my
invention
mind.
of the farming game genre, clearly. I mean, come on. Come on.
Squanky
You're
in the
just
chat.
making lore up for the game for your argument.
Squinky in the chat says, if someone asked you what your favorite RPG was, do you think they would look confused if you answered either of these games? I think yes. I think that I understand on Stardew.
I
I
do.
am so confused by this confusion of Hades being an RPG.
I agree. I'm confused as well.
It's
There's
an action RPG. Like it's
My
Yeah.
favorite RPG is Stardew. There's action, there's RPG. What
Yeah.
more could you want?
sure.
There's upgrades. You can
Yeah.
upgrade your character. You can be better at farming or fishing than you were the day before.
If you yearn for the
level up.
mines, go
You
for
can
it.
level up. You can get skills.
I mean, this is all true. These are all facts.
I was about to
Come
say,
on, man.
This is true of Hades. Hades has a very clear progression system. Like, I think to sit here and be confused by Hades being an RPG, I understand, because I think a lot of times when you do see games that do this overlap where they combine more than one genre, I think people are like, what do we call it, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, prime example, I think that Hades is more of a roguelike than it is an RPG, just like I think Destiny is more of a first-person shooter than it is an MMO. It's a little bit different because I would never, ever in a million years define Destiny as an MMO, but I would 100 out of 100 times define Hades as an RPG. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
yeah, I don't know.
A lot of backtracking in the chat right now. Now that I've called them out for saying Hades isn't an RPG, a lot of people saying like, "Oh no, I think it's an RPG. I'm just saying."
I have a question.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, Kayla.
A thought experiment, if you will.
Yeah.
I thought of it. THOT experiment.
Yes.
You will.
I mean, okay. Then Hades.
Well, then
is there.
Hades.
HOTTOT.
Can you? Are you role playing in Hades?
Yeah, you're role playing as Zagreus.
Are you? Do you get? Well,
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, go ahead, Kayla. Do it.
I would say that you're more role playing in
Sure.
Stardew.
Sure.
You're choosing your husband or wife,
Yeah, but I mean,
and you're
But you're more role playing in Baldur's Gate where you choose what to do with a stone, and you still chose KOTOR.
That's true.
Get
That's
the
true.
fuck
And you
on,
still
Kayla.
chose KOTOR.
Yeah.
And you still bloody chose KOTOR.
Yeah, assuming that
I
all
love you.
RPGs are choice
Kayla, I love
based
you.
is a false assumption that people make about Western RPGs, where it wasn't really a mainstay of the JRPG genre for the longest time.
This is true.
Wow,
this is
That's
true.
funny.
I was gonna say that.
Okay, well, I've officially voted for Hades. Kayla has officially voted for Stardew Valley. I believe Maury. I almost called you Mario just then. How weird is that?
That's a
Maury
Mario.
has officially, it seems, voted Hades. Cog,
still-
where are you at here?
Still up in the air.
I'm gonna go Hades.
Okay.
Ah, my heart. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. I burned it too quickly.
No, I mean, hey, you can always go in the graveyard.
Yes.
That's true.
All right, Cog, you're up. Or do you reach into the
Wait,
graveyard for the first
wait,
time,
wait,
or do you
wait.
bring?
Is it
Yeah.
Cog or is it me?
It's
Yeah,
called.
it's Kayla, Cog, Maury, Patrick.
I'm a moron.
You're not a moron. Stop saying that.
I'm
No,
not-
you're a Mori.
You're a piece of shit. But you're not a
Amore.
moron.
I'm both.
You're amore.
Amore.
Um,
I'm
All
sorry.
right, Cog, what you got?
So I am going to reach into the action RPG pocket
Okay.
and
Interesting.
the pocket of people erroneously trying to say it wasn't an RPG,
Sure.
We're on
which
that.
was the
right now.
basis of the video essay that I mentioned in the chat. Final Fantasy 16.
Sure.
Mm. Mhm.
Okay.
Make your case, sir.
It's dope.
All right. And that's it. Your time
I
is
mean,
up.
I just adored the story, the performances, the gameplay itself. Yeah, it's not the roguelike, but it's one of my favorite like RPGs from recent years.
Sure.
Super duper love.
Yeah, I really, really wanted to like Final Fantasy 16 more than I did. Because I did like it. I don't dislike the game, but I just there was a lot of pacing stuff for me, and like I was like, can this game just fucking end already? Which I kind of feel. I mean, I also feel about like Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, respectfully, Jake. I think Ben Starr is good in it. Yeah, there he is. He's angry. He's angry. I think Ben Starr is good in it. I just like a lot of it didn't quite hit for me in 16 personally. So I am still going to go Hades here.
Okay.
Is it my
And that's our show, folks.
turn? Okay. I notoriously have never played a Final Fantasy game. Actually, I played this demo of Final Fantasy, which I did really enjoy. But I have played some Hades, and even though I am salty that it beat my dear BB child Stardew Valley, I'm gonna go with Hades as well.
Wow.
And I'll probably get some hate from our friends in the chat. It's just because
Jake,
I don't know.
real quick, when you get a chance, Jake, can you just pull up and so we don't get stricken, just play the first like 5 seconds of Find the Flame, and that can just be the rest of my argument for the rest of the
Wow.
night.
Oh
Okay.
my god. This was the
Harder
song
to do than
battle.
you think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
You can't do
Maury,
everything,
Valley.
folks.
Maury, do you hold any love in your heart for Final Fantasy 16?
When Final Fantasy 16 came out, I bought the deluxe edition with the little box. I have it up on my thing right now, and I could give less of a flying fuck about Final Fantasy 16. And I'm mad about that because I think I put 4 hours in, and I really wanted to get to that place where like it clicked. But it's not an indictment of Final Fantasy 16 as much as it is an indictment of Final Fantasy as a franchise. I've yet to find a Final Fantasy game, and trust me, brother, I've tried so many of them that really got me excited to play. I don't know if it's that I feel like out of tune with the world, if like I should have started when I was younger. I don't know what it is, but something about it just doesn't click for me. So Final Fantasy 16 by all metrics is very impressive, and it undersold. It should have sold way more than it did. I think Ben Starr is one of the greatest talents to come out of the industry in the last 10 years. And like he kind of got his jump at Final Fantasy 16. So I have a lot of respect for Final Fantasy 16 and what it did, but I'm not leaving my baby Hades. I can't.
Sure. I feel
Cowards, you're all cowards. But go ahead.
I'm going to take a swing, Maury, and say, even though you are actively enjoying Expedition 33, I don't think you like turn-based games.
Well, that's a great question. And I like your analysis, but okay, here's the thing. If a turn-based game is fucking excellent, I won't turn it off.
Okay.
But it has to be excellent. It can't have any moment where I'm like, this is okay, right?
What was the last turn-based game you finished? Because it wasn't Metaphor.
No, fuck no.
Disco Elysium.
Disco Elysium is not turn-based.
It was. I'm trying to think of other turn-based games that I know that you've played. You started Sea of
Persona?
Stars, didn't you?
Did you play Persona?
Like, I think I had it downloaded. I don't even think I did anything.
Okay, got it. Yeah, have you done a Persona game?
Yep, didn't finish them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Huh.
It's very possible that the last turn-based game I finished, there's no way this is real, but there's a good chance that it was Fire Emblem Awakening, and I think the next one will be Expedition 33.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm very picky. If I'm not locked in it
am
every
too.
second, dude, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't. There's just because I'm already starting at a disadvantage of, oh, this isn't really my kind of gameplay.
Sure.
But that's why I've really enjoyed Claire, is that like it has a real-time element that makes me focus on the fucking combat, not just all right, input. I know the exact
Yeah.
input I do every fight. Like that sucks. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, Maury, it is now your turn again to bring a game to the table.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, I've been waiting because I've
against
been,
your own.
yeah, which is really hard because I adore Hades. I mean, and like I would kill for Hades. I've been hoed today. I've been hoed with two of the highest rated games of all time. Here comes Jake with the Disco Elysium music and the cigarette smoke looms in the air. I can't do it. But I fucking fuck, dude. I hate that
so
he
good.
I
I
tried
don't think he was going to until you called.
I agree. I think so.
Dude, I thought I could beat him to it. Like, I thought if I like called him out on it, he wouldn't actually fucking do it.
Have you met him?
No, clearly
This is
not.
true. This is very
This
true.
is- Dude, I think for my next pick, I'm gonna reach
All
into
right,
the
Jake.
graveyard
Can we
and grab
get
Disco
it?
Elysium again. No, I'm kidding. Okay, let's pull our dongs out and let's let's play aggressive.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's
Kayla's
go.
like, I'm done. I'm out.
Right. Metaphorically, Kayla. Let's do Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm tired.
I do
tired.
fear, I don't want to get ahead of myself, and I might be shooting myself in the foot by saying this. I do fear that this is the wrong panel for Elden Ring, but we'll see.
I know it is. I think
We'll see.
and I want to be honest and I want to be just transparent in saying that I think my effort right now, because here's the weird thing, right? Hades is the wrong game for this panel. And yet, because
Yeah.
I'm here, it's enough. Like, this is the thing. I am appealing to a very small group of our panel, but I'm also appealing to, again, just the knowledge of the greatness of Elden Ring
Sure.
on our panel as well, which has been a running battle today between Disco Elysium, Baldur's Gate, and now Elden Ring, is that I know that these games are not specifically designed for this panel, but you cannot deny the greatness. You cannot deny the way these games have redefined RPGs from top to bottom. I mean, every single game that I've brought to the table today has redefined RPGs. I've not brought one that was okay, good, great. I have brought I've brought defining masterpieces of the generation. So humbly, I present to you Elden Ring. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. It is an extremely difficult game, but I don't think that you'll find a game that is more impressive. The fact that the Soulsborne genre existed for over a decade before Elden Ring hit the scene, and it was always considered niche. I remember being on the outskirts playing Bloodborne in 2015. It was the weird fucking game. No one was playing that shit. Oh, this fucking guy, here he fucking goes. Get him the fuck out of here. Let me have my fucking Maury rant. Jesus. Like, I remember
That wasn't him.
That was me. I apologize.
Damn it, Patrick.
Well, I
Fuck.
saw he said in the chat that he's eating Hostess donuts right out of the bag, so I had to call.
No,
him.
dude, he was dogging on him. I was
Yeah,
confused.
I
was like,
apologize, Maury.
no, I was confused because I was like, how did he get his hand to the fucking mouse? He's got two hands in the fucking bag.
You said dongs out.
Dongs
Maury.
out.
He's double fisting some Hostess right now, man.
God, I'm gonna be doing that right once I get off. I'm gonna go grab some donuts. Here's the deal. I was on the outskirts. Souls games were on the outskirts for a decade plus, and then Elden Ring became one of the highest selling games of all time, reached mass appeal, mass success. Like, Elden Ring is a masterpiece, redefined the genre. And so I bring to you Elden Ring.
Thank you, Maury, for your vulnerability.
Maury.
Thank you for
pleasure.
your thank you for your expertise. Thank you for your generosity.
I'm trying.
with both your time and your talent. However, I
This
fucking hate
fucking
Elden Ring.
Fucking dickhead.
I fucking hate it so much. I've tried so many times. Friend of the show, Mr. Human, the plays, as we call him here on Drop In Drop Out, at some point is going to Sherpa me through Elden Ring and teach me the ways of the Tarnished. But not going to get my vote, unfortunately. I'm still going Hades, and not because let me be clear. Not
Let me
because
be clear.
I brought Hades. I just really don't like Elden Ring.
Okay.
Let me just share that once upon a JK Games stream, Jerica did a stream where she tried to play Elden Ring for the first time, and every time she died, she opened a Pokemon pack of cards. And let's just say she ran out of cards pretty quick because
Yeah.
this game is hard as shit. And I like to play games where I can succeed, and that is not Elden Ring. And so I'm
Damn.
also going
For a
with
second, I
Hades.
thought Caleb was going to surprise us with a
Hold
Hades
on.
pick.
Hold on. Hades is hard as shit as well.
It
Hades
is.
is punishing.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's,
It's
fair
punishing.
enough,
But it's hot.
but it's rewarding. And I would say, dare I say, that what I have played of Elden Ring is not rewarding enough for the return at this time for
That's
me.
okay. That's okay.
And
You
that's
do feel
what
the
I'm saying.
sense of progression quicker, that you're doing better. You get that sense
Yeah,
quicker in
the
Hades.
dopamine hit. My receptors are fried, folks. Let's just be clear.
And I would if whenever I died in Elden Ring, some dude with just a fucking 12 pack and veins coming out of his biceps were to just like drop this fucking bar about Persephone, then I would have liked Elden Ring a fucking lot more than I did.
Yeah, they don't drop it in the boss fights. You have to go look for it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Shout out Draskrin for the sub.
My
Thank
sweet
you.
Jaskrin with the prime sub. Thank
Wow.
Thanks,
Incredible.
buddy.
Dude, I'm
I am
hot.
gonna go. I am gonna go Elden Ring on this round.
you, buddy. Okay, we got to split.
Oh,
Let's get
I
King Hostess
don't
in here.
think.
King
I
Hostess.
don't.
Well, Jordan, please finish.
I will. I don't think. I don't think.
All right, let's
that
go. Come on.
It redefined everything like some people think. I'm not saying that Mori was saying, but like I don't think it redefined as much as some people think it. I think it redefined the Souls genre a lot more than it redefined RPGs as a whole.
That's valid.
Said though, it is like the one Souls game that like had the sauce for me specifically, with the whole open world aspect of it and being able to grind and get better and all that kind of stuff. So like it really, it's the one that to date that I've actually beaten because of that, and I really did enjoy my time with it.
Sure. Okay. So it's up to
Elden Ring is less of a game and more of an experience.
I'll blow my
I
brains
would
out.
say
Live on stream. Take that.
Oh
Big
god, dude!
Aw.
Listen, man, it's fine if you like your games where you have to go sniffing for the story and read
This
fucking
guy.
books and oh, sorry, you didn't find the sword of poop +3 and talk to the king after you defeated him. And if you don't talk to the king at that very moment, then maybe you can do it next run. But now the princess won't speak to you in the end game, so you don't get the good ending.
Why is
It's-
this such a
oh
good
my
description? Why is this
It kinda
such a
is,
good
though.
Fucking
description?
stupid, dude.
It's not
Oh.
wrong.
Oh, there's Hades is just like awesome cutscene after awesome cutscene and sweet conversation and lovable characters. Hades easy.
easy.
Wow.
Just for the record, there are no cutscenes in Hades, but I applaud Jake's expertise in Elden
Wow.
Ring.
Sure. Because I think this is the first time that a game has stayed in an entire round. So typically this is when I would this isn't a flex, by the way. Typically, this is when I would bring in a game. But our sweet dumpster boy, who was going to be on this
Aw.
episode that couldn't come in, gave me a short list of some games. So I'm going to bring in one of his games. Now, I can't necessarily defend the pick because I've not played the pick, but I do think the homie Jake Twitchin has, and he could maybe say a little something about Dragon Quest 11.
Mm.
Jake, have you played Dragon Quest? I know you're working. I'll pull you in while you do that. There you go.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Am I excited to talk about Dragon Quest 11? Now, you want to talk about a good RPG. Traditional. Story plays out in cutscenes. You can get the only ending that's available because it's a story that is meant to be experienced. You are supposed to role play as the Luminary, the hero of fate. And this game is so good. It is traditional RPG, turn-based RPG, polished to an immaculate shine. It is really impressive what they do, where it plays like a game straight out of 1993 with all of the, I guess, like quality of life features that you would expect from a game that released in 2021 or 2020, 2018. Jesus, how old am I? 2017 did that come out? But Dragon Quest 11 is a fantastic fantasy RPG, and it is, to me, probably the best turn-based game that I played since Final Fantasy 10. I absolutely adore this. Have any of you guys even touched it?
I've
Yes.
not.
No.
I got several hours deep, actually. I was playing it on Game Pass, really enjoyed my time with it. It's just one of the things where like I just kind of fell off, not for any fault of the game itself, because I really, really liked it. So I'm going Dragon Quest 11 on this one, man.
Hell yeah.
It's a banger.
But yeah, Dragon Quest is a franchise I've never played, and it's a franchise that is like at the top of my list of franchises that I need to try at some point, especially with how much Dumpster Boy has talked about both on Spotlight and on Dido, probably about how good 11 specifically is. So, but I've not played it yet, so I'm still sticking with Hades here. So, Maury, have you played 11?
No, I've not. I've never played a Dragon Quest game.
Okay.
Yeah. So my vote went Hades.
Unfortunately, I feel stricken because I would love to have my sweet Dumpster Boy get a point, but I am not a knower of Dragon Quest. Now, does that mean that I can pick Hades? Yes, it does. So that's all.
Amazing.
Wow. We tried, Jake. We tried to teach these people, but
Though I am mad that Patrick now has 6 points.
he does
Kayla
not have 6
has-
points. That's a Dumpster Boy point. I'm not giving that to Patrick.
But
You're right.
But
You're right.
Hades won.
Oh.
Mhm.
Just because I'm an idiot
Sometimes.
doesn't mean you should correct me. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would have happily given the point to Dumpster Boy because then Dumpster Boy would have had the same amount of points as Maury and Cog, and he's not even on the show.
I deserve that.
Fucking yeah.
So-
And Jordan, I want you to know I don't deserve it. This episode,
I do deserve
will
it.
be looked at in hindsight as an insane depiction of errancy on behalf of the droppers. No,
I do agree, Maury. You are getting.
I'm getting hoed. I'm getting bent over. I
don't want to
no.
say that you're getting hoed. That feels maybe like we shouldn't say it,
What?
but
Probably not.
I do feel like maybe you are getting unfairly accosted.
I am being accosted.
But I'm still beating you. So
Then
it
maybe
is now
stop
Kayla's
accosting
turn.
him. I don't know. About
I don't think I can though legally. I think it's in my contract. I have a writer in my contract.
But also, I have the same number of point as Maury does.
Sure.
And no
And I'm
one's
not
saying
being
that I'm
particularly
getting
nice to
accosted.
you though.
So I don't know. I'm
No.
just-
I don't know that I'm being nice to you either, Jordan.
Let me just say that I am playing dirty this evening.
Ooh,
And it's getting a little late. Granny's a little sleepy.
ooh,
I'm going to
sleepy.
pull out ye old recency bias. Expedition 33, give it to me. Put it
Wow.
in there.
Strong pick.
Woo.
She's playing mind games.
Wow.
Jordan's having a moment.
I was just crossing it off my own list.
Sure.
So I wouldn't.
Aw.
This is tough.
It's not tough
Is
at all.
it?
Expedition 33. No question. Expedition 33.
Whoa.
Sure. I think what I mean by this is tough is that not all of us are fucking nerds.
Oh, got it.
But not all of us have put fucking 96 hours into Expedition 33. But
I
I
haven't
can
either.
but I can recognize of the 4 hours that I've played that this game fucking rules. So that's
It
why
does
it's tough for
rule.
me, where I've put fucking 60 hours into Hades and I fucking love my time. I just haven't put the time into Expedition 33 to give it my vote, which is why I am going to go Hades here.
Whoa.
So I think this might be a split. This might be a JT pick potentially, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Maury, where's your head at?
Yeah, I really love Clair Obscur Expedition 33. At the same time, I'm 2 hours in and
Yeah.
I'm like 100 hours deep in Hades. Like I'm
Whoa.
staying. But I want to say that I think there's a universe where had I been farther in Clair Obscur Expedition 33, had I hit some of those like high points, I think there's a chance that I would have gone Expedition 33. But with my current playtime, I have to stay with Hades. I have to.
Yeah.
I just love that people will be voting on this panel with 0 hours in a game, but not with 4 or 2 hours in a game, and not
Sure.
recognize greatness when it comes and looks in the face with
Wow.
bare feet. I mean,
Wow.
what?
Wow.
That is a good point that we've been making some choices
I'm
based
just
on
saying.
games that we've not played.
I'm just
However,
saying.
I do think there is a potential unfair recency bias because this game just came out to get a win. this
Yeah.
early. And that's my point, which Squanky has made and I just stole from him.
I'm not saying something couldn't beat it. I'm just saying
Yeah. For
that
sure.
we all have expressed hotness for this game, and I'm very intrigued to hear what Ye old Jake Twitchin has to say.
For sure. JT, split us up.
We're tied up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just
Do the
sick
right
of looking
thing.
at that fucking Hades logo,
Sure.
baby.
Yes, thank you.
I'm just a fucking agent of chaos today. Let's
Sure.
throw
Let's
Claire
go.
Obscure up there.
Let's
I respect it.
go. Let's
Let's do
go.
I
Back
respect
on
it.
the board. Yeah.
All right. Cog,
Sorry,
you're
Cog.
up. Don't bring a stinker this time.
Damn.
Kayla, I thought we were cool.
Well,
Like
the
I
thing is,
thought
we
we
are
were.
cool because we have the same taste, which means that I put you in uncomfortable positions.
Cog, can I make a deal with you right now, Cog?
No.
Can I reach through the screen to make a deal with you?
I said no.
All right, I'll just fuck
let's see.
myself.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
No fighting.
Listen,
I'm sad.
he's been dishing it out to me, so it's time that I
Sure.
shut it down right away.
And hey, here's the thing. I was gonna fucking get him a point, but now I'm not gonna try.
Whoa.
Just to spite the panel,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna bring in Golden Sun because I don't think anybody's played it, so we can just go ahead and get Expedition 33 another point.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. He threw his pick.
He threw his pick, folks, for me. How kind. Aw.
It wasn't for you. It was for Gustav.
I mean,
sure.
real. And Loon.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go
Just
Golden
yell.
Sun here. As much
Wow.
as much as I don't want to bring any sort of happiness to Jordan. Because I mean it's a lose-lose situation here. Either he gets the point with Golden Sun or he gets Expedition 33 to continue on. But I'm gonna have to go Golden Sun here. What a game.
Wow.
It actually is. It's a very solid game. I wouldn't have brought it up for if I hated it. It's a classic for a reason.
Wait, Patrick, are you being for real?
Yeah, I'm being for real.
I've never even heard of Golden Sun. This is
It's
bizarre.
old as fuck. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It may have come out the year you were born. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Let me find out right now.
Wow.
It's a 90s
Is that
joint
going to
for
affect
sure.
your opinion here?
Oh, it definitely. I'm going Expedition 33 definitively.
Oh, okay. Thank God. Me too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that a tie? Because
That's a tie.
Cog brought Golden Sun.
That's a tie.
The
No.
story of Isaac changed my life on Game Boy Advance. I am so happy. I am so fucking happy that this just happened. I'm so happy. Oh my god, this was such a cool Game Boy Advance RPG. Such a throwback to like the SNES style of turn-based games. It had a really cool isometric battle like view. It pushed the limits of what the Game Boy Advance was capable of. Golden Sun rules. Golden Sun: The Lost Age rules. That DS remake or DS reboot sucks. Golden Sun.
I
Boom.
feel like this is rage bait.
This is great bait. Kayla,
mean,
that's all this.
I
can
hate it
be.
here.
Could be.
I hate it here.
Maury, you're
To
up.
be fair, one quick thing. To be fair, Kayla, you made me put something against Sea of Stars.
What you could have done, Cog, was reach into the graveyard, but you got the point.
Oh, you could have.
I knew what you were going to go for. I just wanted to be a dick about it.
Wait,
Yeah.
I have a question, Cog. Serious question.
Yeah.
Sea of Stars or Expedition 33?
Wow.
I just feel like you need a little more time with Expedition 33.
Well, see here, sir. I lean Expedition 33 because of the characterization that they're going for. Like Sea of
Mhm.
Stars, obviously I adore it. I've talked about it ad nauseum on this podcast, but it leans in the more classic style where they're not really trying to get at any like super deep themes with the individual characters, whereas Expedition 33 really is leaning heavy on that. And I'm a sucker for that.
Sure.
Mhm,
So
mhm, mhm.
Okay.
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 It's not relevant to this conversation, but hey, I was
Yeah, sure.
curious.
Sure.
We have Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy X at home.
Ah,
Got it.
Got it.
Wow.
Mhm.
Maury, what you got? What are you gonna try to take down Golden Sun with?
Yeah, man, dude. I have a request. Can we look at the graveyard as a group real quick and see
Yeah.
what's been added as we've moved forward?
Yeah, I'll tell you this, Maury. Anything in the graveyard is gonna get get my vote against Golden Sun. I never played the game.
Yeah. Good.
for the listeners that are just listening, the graveyard currently consists of Sea of Stars, Disco Elysium,
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex. Thank you, thank you. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy.
16.
16.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nier Automata, The Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim,
Very good.
KOTOR, Hades, Dragon Quest 11, Elden Ring, Stardew Valley, and Clair Obscur. Can't believe Golden Spun beat that one. I'm very
Yeah.
upset.
The Golden Spun is tough.
Hey, Maury.
Yeah.
Just gonna throw some game names out there if you're all right with that.
Do whatever you want.
I'm just saying some things on the table right now.
Don't do it.
Kingdom Hearts,
Okay, sure.
Fable, Final Fantasy 7,
No,
10,
don't say 7.
8, Like a Dragon anything,
Yeah.
Mass Effect anything.
Oh, don't
Is
say
there
Mass
anything?
Effect.
Okay.
All out anything.
I have Fable 2 on my list and Final Fantasy 7, but I didn't consider Mass Effect.
Oh, don't do it.
Yeah, because like I'm tired of losing. And
You
I've
know what
done
wouldn't lose right now? Anything in the graveyard.
oh, I'm aware. I think I can do better. You all have hoed me tonight. You've dragged me through the mud. You've made me look in the mirror and ask questions of myself.
We've expressed opinions.
Yeah, we have. No, Jordan, that's very valid. I would like to go Final Fantasy 7
Whoa.
remake specifically.
Remake specifically.
I think so.
Ooh,
I think
okay.
so. I think so.
Whoa.
I think that's. I could appeal to the nostalgia aspect, but I think remake is still good enough. I mean, obviously, it's the
Sure.
definitive way to play Final Fantasy 7,
Well,
but I'm not
Plus,
going to go for
it
nostalgia.
in and of itself appeals to the nostalgia factor. So
Yeah.
it's a
True.
win-win either way for that.
Yeah, and I'm
Just-
not, and genuinely, like, if Golden Sun wins, I'll Metroid Prime 4 beyond myself. Like,
Stop saying that.
Ah.
it's so good. No, I've played an hour of Final Fantasy 7 remake. I have shown my hand. I don't know what I'm talking about. What I know is that I know we have some Final Fantasy sickos in here tonight. I know we do. So I present to you Final Fantasy 7, a remake.
A take that gets me in trouble in various corners of the internet is I don't think Final Fantasy VII Remake is very good.
Yeah.
I recognize the importance of the game and obviously the franchise, but it was a slog for me to get through that game. I've played some of the original, but I've not finished the original. But I certainly prefer the original style of Final Fantasy to any of the, like, that's also part of the reason I didn't love 16 is the more action focused. I prefer the old school feel in my Final Fantasy. But I don't know where to go here.
I mean, have you played Golden Sun?
No, I don't even know what it looks like.
God, this fucking guy.
Can I
don't know.
just say
Yes.
It has a great style, great visual style. But sorry, go ahead.
it's okay. From the pitches I have heard in this courtroom today, I am gonna have to, in prosperity, go for Final Fantasy VII remake.
Okay.
There we
That
go.
is my pick.
Okay.
There we go.
I
There you
was
go.
not a PlayStation girly growing up until PlayStation 2 onward. So Final Fantasy 10 was my first Final Fantasy. And when I went back and tried to play 7, I got out of Midgar. And then that was about it. And I played like part of a demo of Remake, and I didn't really care about that then either. So again, it's one of those things where I obviously recognize it as a cultural touchdown. It's just
Sure.
not a stone that touched me.
Yeah.
So,
Bars
So deep.
right there.
That's a
Fucking
bar.
bars.
That's a bar. It's been my whole night.
I know it's a cultural touchstone, but it's not a stone that touched me. It goes so hard. I'm sorry.
I would drop the mic, but it costs like $120.
Yeah,
so
don't
I'm
do
gonna-
that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the soju talking that I've been drinking slowly throughout the evening, but that's fucking fire, Jordan.
Thank you.
That's funny as
So-
fuck.
My vote still rests with Golden Sun, respectively.
Sure.
Wow.
I get it.
Fully.
I am gonna go Final Fantasy VII out of respect for having never. I just Googled what Golden Sun even looks like. It's like, oh, that's Golden Sun. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna go Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, that would be criminal if you picked the other
Yeah, yeah,
network. Maury has more than 1 point now. Wow, I'm
Jesus.
so proud.
I fought long and hard.
Tooth
for
and
that
nail.
point. Jesus,
Truly.
tooth and fucking nail.
So yeah, what's the score update, Kayla?
Currently our score lies Patrick 6,
Oh,
criminal, Kayla 4, Cog 2, and Maury 2.
All right, let's make it fucking 7, brother. I thought you
Rapid
were going
fire?
to take it from me, Maury, when Jake was giving you some ideas, but I've been waiting. I thought, oh, somebody's going to get Hades off the board. It took, fucking 19 rounds, but they finally did. Give me Mass Effect 2. A fucking
Ooh.
seminal. Talk about a cornerstone, a fucking touchstone, a fucking unbelievable video game. I don't remember. Was it 2008 that this game came out? Maybe that sounds right. That feels right. 7? Was it 7?
I think.
Let's find out.
But
Wait, no. I think it was maybe like 9.
9 feels
2010.
2010.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
We were all wrong, but I was closer. I was.
This fucking guy.
I was. Until you said 9, then you were closer. But I was closer first. Let the record show.
I won until you did it.
Right, exactly. Fuck you. But yeah, I think
The
Mass Effect 2.
hostility.
Yeah, sure. Fuck you. Get fucked. Mass Effect 2 for me, it was the first time where I felt like on such a grand scale that choice mattered. And it was one of those things where like I didn't necessarily know I yearned for that in a game. But then like getting to the suicide mission at the end of the game and having to make sure that like my relationships with all my crew were as good as they were. And if not, they're gonna probably meet an untimely demise. And
Spoilers.
also, right. Yeah. Spoilers kind of for a game that's 15 years old because we just got the date. But also like having to make sure that I'm using certain fucking people in certain roles. Like otherwise they might meet their untimely demise. And sure, I'm spoiling the game, but get fucked. Like it's been a really long time and you don't know all the details. But yeah, this game is just so fucking good. Unbelievable video game that I think everybody should play. And if you haven't played it by now, I'm sorry, but you had 15 years.
Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
And as High
Not-
Score Weekly says, not much of a spoiler. There's no way that someone doesn't know about the suicide mission at the end of the game. Like it's like one of the biggest fucking things.
Yeah.
I have a couple things to say.
Okay, Kayla didn't.
I didn't either, for the
I
record.
apologize. What?
No.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Cog, you had something to say.
I did. I'm just shocked that Patrick would do this to you guys. I'm so sorry on behalf of him. I'm voting for Mass Effect 2,
Okay.
but I'm also going to drop some hot takes on you.
Okay.
Drop a hot take on your porch and ding dong ditch it.
Oh, no.
It's great.
Paper bag, running
Sure.
away.
Another banger from Cog.
Mass Effect 2 is a glorified team building exercise for like 40 hours.
Sure.
Mm.
The majority of the game is just going to go get people to go do a thing that doesn't happen until the very end of the game.
Wow.
That being said, it's a banger.
I love
It's-
talking to people.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I don't have receipts yet, but I feel like that is probably like simplifying the quest of a game. You can do that for like any game.
But I'm saying, like, Final Fantasy VII, like, you get your crew pretty early on, and then you spend the remaining 40 hours to save the world. But, like, Mass Effect 2, like, coming together, like, the whole team is not assembled until, like, the end of the game. So the majority
Close
of the
to.
game is going point A to point B, C, D, C, E, F, G to get people with story beats in between. But, like,
A whole lot of story beats in between.
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it is kind of a funny. If you take a step back and look at it, it's like, here's Shepard, here's the team, go find the team, and then you go find the team. But that's like the bulk of the game is finding the team.
Sure.
I'm just saying.
Sure.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. Obviously, I love the game, always have. But
Sure.
just throwing it out there.
Sure.
Think about it.
Mhm.
Sure.
Back
I'm thinking
home.
about it. I think it's an unfair criticism, but hey, we can all have our own opinions.
You've thrown at least 12 of those at me personally. tonight.
Whoa.
Wow.
Maybe.
Wow. It's getting
Maybe
it's
we'll see.
Wow.
We'll check the records. We'll see. I don't know.
Kayla, what's the score on Patrick trying to insult me and Maury and our intelligence?
Well, you see, it's
God,
at
these
least
fucking
once.
People, God,
It's at
damn.
least once. But you know what? Cog, he did give you a great compliment earlier.
He did.
He
Yeah,
did.
and I feel like those outweigh the bad.
And it
Sure.
is, we got 2 good points in the chat that I'll leave for your. I'm not voting in this one because I feel personally concerned for my safety. And Jake Twitchin did say Tifa, but also Heroic Headgear said Garrus.
Yeah. God.
So I mean, you choose.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, to quote drop in, drop out's very own Cognitive Clips, I understand that Mass Effect 2 is a cultural touchstone. It is not a stone that touched me.
For sure.
Holy shit. It was some number of years ago. I tried playing Mass Effect 1, and that game aged like actual dog shit. Like it
Oh, one
the first one has aged very poorly.
it is one of the I think I've gone back and I've tried a lot of old games. I think that is in the top 2 and not 2 worst experiences I've ever had with a game
Whoa.
aging. Like it aged,
Wow,
it-
that's wild to me.
dude. I know, but for me, it aged like milk. I couldn't figure it out. It was a horrible experience, and my experience in the first 5 hours of Mass Effect 1 was enough for me to say, "Fuck this franchise, fuck this series." And in hindsight, 2020, that's a terrible decision. I need to make the time to go play Mass Effect 2 and 3 and watch a little YouTube fucking recap of Mass Effect 1. I do. But
there's literally a motion comic you can just play through for
Patrick was
2
telling
to
me.
just make the choices. Yeah.
Dude, Patrick was telling me about this. And that's the thing. I can't ethically like vote for Mass Effect 2 just knowing that like and this is what sucks. Final Fantasy 7 is my attempt to appeal to the room, but Mass Effect 2 but I have time in Final Fantasy 7. I have no time in Mass Effect 2 because Mass Effect 1 scarred me so badly. It's left me scarred and deformed. In the
Man,
words of
you're
Chief
missing out,
Palpatine.
dude. You would fucking adore Mass Effect 2 and 3.
Really? You think?
Yes. Oh my
I think
god,
you would actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the story
Well-
of 1 is an absolute all timer too.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Now,
Yeah.
I will say, in respect to our Jericho,
Yeah.
if I could change my vote, which I don't think I can against my own rules, to nothing to something, but it would be interesting because then Jake Twitchen would get to be the tiebreaker. Because I think I would, if I was forced to choose, I probably would pick Mass Effect 2 because of Jericho and because of the experience, the little experience that I have with the first Mass Effect. If you play the Legendary Edition, it actually looks pretty great. Like
Oh, yeah.
I actually think it looks pretty good. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
it's not like freaking Expedition 33 in there,
Sure.
but like it looks a lot better. And I do like what I've played of 1 so far. I can't speak to 2 though at all,
Yeah.
but from what I've heard, it sounds pretty iconic.
The first one doesn't feel as bad with the Legendary Edition,
it is
Right.
not.
in my opinion.
Sure.
But it
Not
is
as
still
bad.
tough. It is still tough. Like it's such a jump from 1 to 2 in the way that the game feels. Because
Yeah.
essentially, like Mori, it eventually basically becomes a cover-based shooter. Like there's a lot more to it than that, but like because it has like its own version of magic essentially. You would love 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I will say the people want Jake to be the tiebreaker.
Yeah. Well,
So
right. If you vote, then Mass Effect has 3 votes instead of
Yeah.
2.
And I was about to clarify, technically, even if Jake did come in here and vote for 7, I think he would. It would still end up coming down to you, Kayla. So I think that means that
oh,
Mass
I
Effect
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe Mass Effect has the votes here.
It,
I
it-
see.
it'll move
I was
on.
confused.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
move it along. I support this decision.
Yeah,
I'm so
there you
sorry,
go.
everyone.
Mass Effect 2 is our current dominator.
But
Wow.
Kayla, that does give you the option to bring in a new game. This will start our 4th and final round. Let's say this is the final round of the
Yeah.
game.
Wow.
Who brought in Mass
unless-
Effect? I
did,
forget.
unless we want to
did.
stop here, like because we have been going a while.
I would like to raise one more game
Okay.
for the consideration of the panel
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
and the chat.
Sure.
I would like to raise you Fallout New Vegas.
Ooh, that's good.
And I would like to raise you and plead that. Oh, he had it ready, folks. He had
Yeah.
that one ready. This game changed me. This was my like first awakening into like an open world. And can I just tell a quick Kayla lore story that when I played this game for the first time, I accidentally unalived the person that is directing you in the beginning that like tells you what to do. Like I forget the name of the character, but I accidentally killed them.
Oh, it seems you really like the game.
And well, it's been a long time.
I'm just
Like
kidding.
it's been a long time.
I'm just being honest.
I don't remember what year this came out, but I accidentally killed them and then I was stuck because the game doesn't like then you can't really
Yeah.
like do anything. I was like, oh shit, like now I'm stuck. But I love this game.
That's so funny.
It was so funny. But yeah, I love this game so much. I think it holds up. I think Fallout is generational. I think that it's incredible and you should vote for it.
I was between New Vegas and Mass Effect 2 for the game I was going to pull in. So this is tough for me. I did pick Mass Effect 2, so I think I would go Mass Effect 2 here, but I'm willing to hear more debate before I officially vote.
Okay.
Wow. Can I just say really quick from the chat? Noah stated, I'm 90% sure Fallout New Vegas is what incited puberty for me.
Whoa.
I was a boy before playing it and a man after.
Wow.
I get
It's
it.
really iconic.
I get it.
I have such a weird relationship with New Vegas because I
Oh.
was a huge fan of Fallout 3.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Ah.
so cool, like walking around like the ruins of DC and doing all this stuff. And so I was really excited to try out New Vegas. And this is based on my memory of it from like 15 plus years ago, probably.
Mhm.
I did start it up again like a year or two ago on my laptop, but didn't get very far. In my head, what I remember is a game full of desert, 3 loading screens of a city for New Vegas itself, then more desert. That's like all I remember. And I remember being really bummed out because again, Fallout 3 is like I think you maybe start in the outskirts of DC, but like the bulk of the game is like a ruined city, and you get to see like, all this like, oh wow, I recognize that landmark from social studies class, and then that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Whereas New Vegas, again, to my piss poor memory, did not really have that kind of like touchstone. It was a lot more it just felt kind of samey, kind of like almost like Borderlands 1, where like the gameplay was fun, the gunplay was fun, like the writing was cool, but like they didn't really vary up the environments enough to keep my interest as far as that aspect of it was concerned. So again, this one that I know is a classic and that I do plan on going back and finishing this playthrough that I began like a year ago or so to give it another shot to see if that opinion still holds. But as it stands today at 10:17 Eastern Daylight Time on May the 1st, 2025, I am voting Mass Effect 2.
I will admit I
That's
do
valid.
prefer 3 to New Vegas.
I haven't played 3.
But I know that New Vegas is the one that more people like.
Yes.
And like Ryan in the chat is saying, it's a fair criticism of what you're saying about the environments in the desert, but it's the dialogue. The relationships were so much better.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I don't think that I played it at an age where I could really appreciate that dialogue, because
Sure.
I know that for anyone who's not a knower in chat, Fallout 3, Bethesda, Fallout New Vegas, Obsidian.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
So Obsidian also, fun fact, Obsidian was KOTOR 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Obsidian was also, of course, Avowed and
Yeah.
all these other things that are out now. But yeah.
Yeah, I definitely I am aligned with you, Cog, on
Aligned.
the I do it's an ugly game. Like respectfully, Fallout New Vegas is an ugly game. But
Fine.
the bones are a lot better than 3 with like the faction stuff, like Squanky saying it has the best faction relationship system to this day, I think. But there's something about like the magic of 3 of like this. But yeah, I played 3 and then I think a year and a half later went to on a school trip to DC, and it was like a religious experience. Being like, I fought people at this monument, and I fought fucking rad roaches at this monument because so much of it was like done so well with 3. But we're not talking about
The announcement trailer for 3.
yeah, that's true.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Yeah, it's
That was
good.
great.
That was amazing.
But I think I'm going Mass Effect 2 for this, for all the reasons I said previously.
Whoa.
Wow. I've been given a lot of power.
You have.
I've been given a lot of power.
I fear that I know what you're going to say, but it's okay.
Well, that's interesting, Kayla, because boy, do I have a curveball for what you think I was going to
Whoa.
say. Dude. Shots and come back just to get through this Disco Elysium music one more time. God damn it, I love breathing Revachol in. Okay. Obsidian is insanely impressive. The fact that they managed to step into an existing franchise at that a very successful franchise that Bethesda has ran and done whatever with, you know what I mean, is crazy. To this day, people beg that Obsidian would leave their own IP, right? That they would leave Outer Worlds, that they would leave Avowed, and they would go and they would make another Fallout game or another Elder Scrolls game, because that's what a great fucking job they did with New Vegas. It's also impressive because Bethesda doesn't let people trifle with their fucking shit. They don't let Bethesda get behind the fucking curtain and play with their worlds. They don't. Not often, at least. You have rare instances like the Elder Scrolls Online, and then the goofy little like Fallout Shelter and Elder Scrolls fucking like mobile games, right? But they're really picky about who they let get their fucking hands dirty. And the fact that Obsidian made a great follow-up to Fallout 3, the fact that they made something so memorable in that world, the fact that oftentimes when Fallout fans will say that Fallout New Vegas is their favorite Fallout game is absurd. That's an absurd reality. That they don't even pick one of the games made by the original developer. They choose Obsidian. For that reason,
Actually, Bethesda was not the original developer of the Fallout series.
You're correct, because someone else did 1 and 2. I can't remember who was it that did 1 and 2.
I actually don't know that answer.
I believe it was your mother, Maury.
Oh,
Wow.
yes, correct.
That's
correct.
right. Let me go.
And that's our show.
Sabrina. Let me go call Sabrina real quick. So yeah, I'm gonna go Fallout New Vegas on this one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Look at that.
Incredible.
Kayla gets a point.
Hey,
Let's
I'm still winning.
go.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
So did we want to go through the rest of the round, or do we want to call it here, folks?
I mean, do we feel comfy saying that Fallout New Vegas is the best RPG of all time?
What if we do this? I present this idea to the group. What if we bring up the graveyard?
I was about to say, I still have one more rep in me. I need one more chance. I need one more.
Jake coming in. Fair point.
This guy.
Yeah, it's my turn, not Jake's turn. So
The year is 1998.
Yes.
In an office building in Tokyo, Japan, shared by both Disney and Squaresoft, a conversation occurs. What if the Final Fantasy characters met the Disney characters in their own action RPG, and thus the dream was born, in 2002's Kingdom Hearts was born.
Boom.
One of the best RPG series of all time. Please vote now.
Get that out of here. I did not put that on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with Fallout New Vegas on that one.
I would actually go Kingdom Hearts here. Personally.
Whoa. Are we in a tie? Do we need an audience to fix? I think we do. Wait, no, we can't be tied.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Yeah. I think Fallout New Vegas has the vote.
Noah says the year is 1998. A 27-year-old Jake with no hair is lurking outside the local high school with beer and a cigarette.
Unbelievable.
I fucking hate it here.
Very fucking.
Jesus
Christ. All right, Cog, it's your last chance.
Persona 5.
Oh.
Wow. This is an interesting decision.
Yeah.
For some.
Persona 5 or Persona 5 Royal? The Royal.
Yeah.
The real question is Persona
Whichever
5.
one gets your vote.
Sure.
Bro, I was going to say Persona 5 or Persona 4. I mean, Persona 4 has to be more loved than Persona 5.
I do
I didn't
think
even know there were 4 Personas before Persona 5 until
Sure.
I hate Jordan.
I here's the thing, Maury. I would very quickly vote 4 before 5. 5 is a debate for me between Fallout New Vegas and Persona 5.
Yeah.
But it's the kind of thing, like I've said on the show before, it's like the first one you played kind of thing, where 4 Golden on the Vita was the first one I played. And so I just compared 5 to 4 the whole time.
Sure.
But Persona 5 is very fucking good. Kayla, have you played Persona 5 at all?
I did, and while I love the aesthetic and the style and everything, I love the characters. When I played this for the first time, I completely wrote off turn-based games in general.
Yeah.
And so I had no business being in this game. Now, I would love to revisit this now as a frontal lobe developed adult, but as a non-frontal lobe developed adult, Fallout has always had my heart. So that is what I'm going with.
Okay.
Yeah. Persona 5 Royal was another game that I made an attempt with turn-based games. And it was another game that like lost my interest. Much like Kayla said, I think the style and like the artistic like design
Mhm.
of that game is beautiful. I think it's
Yeah.
so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I did get really like stuck with Persona 5, which was a little bit challenging for me. I still want to go back and beat a Persona game. If that's 3 Reload or 4 or 5, I don't know. But yeah, for the 18th time on this show, I got stuck with a game. As you can tell, I'm very picky with my RPGs, and so I think I stay with New Vegas. Personally.
There's more color in a Persona 5 pause screen
right.
than
Yes,
there
there
is in the
is.
entirety of Fallout New Vegas.
You are
This is
correct.
true.
true.
This
You
is
are,
true.
Jordan.
This
You're on
is
the
true.
money.
Even if all you see in the pause screen is red, there's still more color than
Correct.
Fallout New Vegas. I am
Wow.
going to
Yes.
go Persona here. I think Persona, because of just like the way the night went, Persona 4 would have been on my list. Like there have been, I mean, Fable, Drag, like there's so many games that haven't been able to get some love.
Right.
And so I want to give some love to Persona 5, which now gives Jake the power to break the tie.
Oh no.
I don't give a shit about either of these.
the audience, the last one.
Chat 0 for Fallout New Vegas, 1 for Persona 5, 0 for Fallout New Vegas, 1 for Persona 5.
Wow.
For Fallout New Vegas, 1
Whoa.
Persona 5.
I do love Noah's comment that
We're getting all
Persona
amazing.
5 didn't do anything in that Expedition 33 didn't do better in the last week.
Sure.
Damn.
Chat seems to be saying Kingdom Hearts,
Bring
bring Kingdom Hearts back.
Yeah.
Whoa.
strange.
I am
I'm
seeing
double
that.
checking.
Very strange.
I don't see that.
That drop and drop out
Uh,
voted twice. Very interesting. Very
Interesting. No, I don't know that. Okay, Coal Mines was the only person to vote for Persona that wasn't me twice. So,
hey.
so Fallout gets another point. So this is a very big moment.
It is a big moment. Oh, Patrick.
Yeah,
I know.
it's time.
It's time.
Is it time?
Jake, would you cue my music? Squanky Joinkers, would you sound off in chat? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take a gander in the graveyard real quick.
Yes, we finally get a graveyard pull.
Oh, let's fucking jam it. Yo, let me look at the graveyard.
Were you
ladies
talking
and
to us
gentlemen,
now?
I
Like,
was.
honestly, like,
No, I was talking through my teeth.
okay, because it wasn't. I honestly couldn't hear it. This is not a bit. I could not hear you talking.
God, this is a bit though. Ladies
Look
and
at
gentlemen,
that.
as you can see, just a graveyard of titles. Some better than others. And I'm gonna pull the best out one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to bring Disco Elysium to the table.
get shot
Squishy
again.
Joinkers.
I'm overstimulated.
Yeah, same. Kayla, I'm overwhelmed. Ladies
Thank
and
you.
gentlemen, this is our chance to make right what was made wrong. It won't win me the game, but it will win us the night.
Sure.
Yeah, and guess what? If you vote no, I can accept that. I really can. But I do need to reach one last time for my baby. I am ride or die for Disco Elysium. It changed my life. I love Robert Kurvitz. I love his mind. I love everybody that was at Zaum, whether that's Argo Tulik or whether it's Alexander Rostov. Like, I love these people, and I am so grateful for the effort that they put into this game. It was life-changing for me. I also understand that doesn't mean that it's life-changing for everyone else. Guys, we have, God, we've really gotten into the nitty-gritty tonight. But if a game is made for everyone, it is a game for no one. Phenomenal quote from the CEO of
Whoa.
Arrowhead Studios. And while Disco Elysium is probably not a game for this panel, it is the game that I want to finish my time here with.
Yeah.
Because I love Disco and I would give anything. And I'm okay with a loss,
Sure.
but I must bring it to the table,
Kayla, safe to assume you would go Fallout New Vegas here.
which I respect.
It is safe and
Okay.
assumed.
Cog, where's your head out here?
Disco Elysium.
Wow.
So here's my thinking, because to complete this round, I get one more game, and if Fallout New Vegas wins, then Kayla and I are tied, and it really comes down to this last game.
Right.
So I'm going Fallout New Vegas, and I hope that Jake breaks the tie
Ooh.
with me, so
Oh,
that
man.
Kayla and I can end the night with the Battle of the Ages.
Oh, man, there
But-
he is.
This is the first time that Jake ever chooses literacy and goes Disco Elysium.
He won't. He won't.
No.
There's no way in hell.
No, fuck just go Elysium, brother.
I knew
Jake,
it was over. I knew it
Take
was
me
over.
to the graveyard, please.
No.
Maury, I tried, buddy. I
No,
really tried.
Jordan, and I want you to know I felt all of your love and well wishes, and I'm grateful for them. And I also
Let me
understand we weren't going to win.
Let me just share that Patrick and I are tied with 7.
Damn.
Who would have thought? Not me. And Cog and Maury are tied with 2.
Sure.
Oh man. Let's go.
Love it.
Let's go.
To be fair,
Cog.
I also stole all of Cog's picks. so.
Too fast, too furious.
Some
Okay,
say
from-
first is the worst, second is the best.
Saying too fast, too furious to me and Cog score was the most disrespectful fucking thing you could have said.
Look, my pockets ain't empty, cuh. Okay, so because we all get one graveyard pull, and we've just not used the graveyard nearly enough, and because what I believe I think if I understand the rules of the game that I created correctly,
Mhm.
Yeah.
whoever wins this next matchup is the greatest RPG ever made.
And it will win the game between you and Kayla.
And
Correct.
sure, the second most importantly, it'll win the game between me and Kayla.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so for that, for the absolute sake of drama, for the absolute sake of the pod, I want to bring back from the grave a game that sat on top for quite some time.
Yeah.
Some
Wow.
people said maybe too much time,
Wow.
but some people like me would say not enough time.
Wow.
Give me Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic
I thought
back
you were gonna
on
go
the board.
Hades.
Oh,
Oh
no,
my
I would have
God.
lost Hades. Easy. Give me
He's
Star
trying to appeal
Wars
to me.
Knights of the Old Republic back on the board. So now, Kayla, I ask you, did everything you say earlier, was that a lie about Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic?
Wow.
Skip me
Yo,
she
Uno
says.
reverse. That was great.
for now. That was good.
That was
Cog,
great.
how about you? Any chance that you think Fallout New Vegas is better than one of the greatest games ever made, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic?
Damn.
Zero chance.
My
Uno
fucking
reverse.
dog. I take back everything I said tonight, even the good stuff, but that means more of the negative stuff. I hope that means that you like me a little bit more, Cog. I don't think
I
so.
never
but-
stopped loving you, baby.
Oh, my king. All right, that's 2
No,
for
I mean
KOTOR.
like bits aside, KOTOR is again one of the all timers for me. So like,
Yeah.
With me having already shared my feelings on my first playthrough and only playthrough so far of New Vegas, then yeah, you can kind of safely assume KOTOR's for me.
I love that.
Yeah.
Maury, how about you?
Yeah, I wish I had more emotions for KOTOR because I really do think that there's a chance that would. I've said this every time it's been up. If I played KOTOR, if it didn't look like it was 20 years old, again, guys, I started playing games for real in like 2010, 2011. Like that was when I was like, okay, I have a console now. I have a home console that I'm able to play. My parents thought that the fucking video games were going to make me go shoot up a fucking theater.
Mhm.
So
Jeez.
yeah, dark shit. Yo, you remember the
Sabrina.
Dark Knight? I do.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't have opinions on KOTOR, and so I'm really confident in staying with Kayla and Fallout New Vegas. I'm really happy here. I'm really happy with what Obsidian put together, and I don't think that it would be a crime for Fallout New Vegas to be Dido's greatest RPG of all time. I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
So now
It's a
the
hate
question,
crime specifically, but go ahead.
Sure.
Right,
So
right.
now the question comes to Kayla, and I ask that you be an unbiased, impartial judge, and ask yourself: do you think KOTOR is better than Fallout New Vegas? I think deep down you know the answer, Kayla.
Oh, Kayla, don't.
Where are we
don't-
at right now?
don't do this.
Where are we at?
1 vote for Fallout New Vegas and me, 2 votes for Knights of the Old Republic and Cog and Patrick.
So I guess the question is, what's more important to you? Putting all of your cards in Jake Twitchin or your ego? Which one's
Can I
more
just-
important to you?
Can I just say that my ego would be squelled regardless because both of these I brought to the table.
This is true.
Clear.
This is
Wow.
true.
Let's just be clear.
Let me be clear.
But our poll is 50-50 in the chat, which is crazy.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
And I didn't participate, as I often do in polls, to try to get my way because I'm.
You know, wow, how kind. I did not either because I don't know my answer. But I fear that this is really tough.
Yeah.
I would say I'm gonna have to go with KOTOR, and that's gonna have to be our greatest RPG of all
Let's
time.
go.
Let's
Wow.
go.
Let's go. It is
And-
I, Darth Revan.
Wow. He wins.
We did it.
I love this.
Bittersweet.
I have a still in package Darth Revan
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
toy. I mean, it's like I bought it like 2 years ago. So
I need
it
everyone to know
probably
this was
like
really
first
tough
edition.
for me.
Yeah.
I believe that. I mean, these are both games that you brought to the table, games that you put your word behind. I get it. It's a hard place to be at.
Wow.
Look at us.
Her word is bong.
What an evening. I think Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic being the best RPG is a pretty decent pull, in my opinion.
I think
you
so.
think?
Jake, what would you have voted?
I would have voted KOTOR.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. I think
man.
this is a great one to have for our win. Some people are mad at us in the chat, but let's be clear. We knew that was going to happen.
Sure.
Going
And like, sure, there were all sorts of games that we didn't get to talk about. We didn't talk about Fable. We didn't talk about Cyberpunk. We didn't talk about Chrono Trigger. We didn't talk about Fire Emblem. I'm
We
shocked.
didn't talk
that
about
Fire Emblem-
Witcher.
Witcher.
Oh,
Ni no
yeah.
Kuni, Horizon, like
Yeah.
all sorts of franchises we didn't get to. But maybe we'll have a round two because there's certainly enough RPGs to have a round two.
Yes.
And we got this graveyard we can pull from. But what a great time. I know. Here's
This
the
is
thing.
fun.
If you're watching this later on YouTube, you're listening to this later on a podcast, and you disagree with anything we've said, come let us know. Join the Discord, dropoutpod.com, or comment on the video you're watching right now. Tell me how wrong I am. Tell me how wrong I am about all of the W's I got tonight. Tell us how.
Spank his bare butt, balls, and back.
Thank you.
Whoa.
We're just trying
Yeah.
to find the guy who did this. Okay. You can follow us. You go to dropinDropoutPod.com. We have links to all of our different sites, all of our different socials. But do we have anything that we want to plug before we go home, y'all?
Tomorrow we're going to be right here again
Yes.
streaming with 3 of the 4 that are here and our very own Jerkachu. We're going to be playing Dark Water, new release, and Repo for your viewing pleasure.
Love
We
that.
love it. Game provided by PlayStack for Darkwater.
Exactly that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow night. Thank you, Kayla. I totally forgot to say that at any point in the show. And then next week, we will be back for all sorts of fun content. JK Games on Monday with Clickerbait, Spotlight on Tuesday with the gaming news, and of course, more Dido next Thursday right here at twitch.tv/dropin/dropoutpod. Shout out to the chat. What a lovely and very peaceful, very nice evening from the chat. They didn't say anything mean to any of us.
No.
We hope you have a great night. We love you. We thank you. Until next time, bye-bye.